Rick, welcome to the show, dude. What a morning you've had.
Yeah, I'd rather forget this morning, to be honest. But
let's make sure you never do. Do you want to recount like what the heck happened this morning on the way to recording?
Oh yeah, I got all excited. Come to the podcast, obviously. Hopped on the interstate coming down to Denver, which I never come for, and next thing you know, I'm 2 minutes away from here, and I get rear-ended. So that was great. So, I think an hour and a half delay to get here because some chick rear-ended me. So
Denver police, man, always prompt response.
Yeah, I like called 911. And I was like, hey, just got in an accident. Can you send a cop? They're like, yeah, we can't give you an ETA, but we'll send one.
It'll be here eventually. I'm
like, no ETA? Like, is it going to be an hour, 2 hours or more? And they were like, nah, we just can't give you ETA. They'll be there when they be there. I was like, oh, okay, sweet.
Well, thankfully, your car's like a Bitcoin miner. You know, it's a tank, right?
It is a tank. And, minor tailgate damage and bumper damage, but we'll be okay.
Dude, the things that people go through to be on Value Stack Podcast is pretty incredible.
I don't know, man.
No one's gotten in a car accident yet, so
that's a first. Thank you.
I appreciate your sacrifice. But you should be able to afford that repair if insurance doesn't, because we're pumping. We're pumping this week, dude.
I think we're at like 23.6.
20. Let's see.
Is it more than that now?
Mr. Moody's block. Bitcoin price. I'm just 23,300. We are currently sitting at.
I'll take it.
Yeah, man. It was like 17,000 last week. So, and that's a lot in a week period. We're at block 773,000 roughly. We're 10 blocks from it. Yeah. So,
no price. I try not to get too excited when we get pumps, but price doesn't really matter. We all know that. But when it does pump, you just get so jacked.
Yeah. You know, I'm
like blaring pump it up in the shop.
Yeah.
At like max volume for like $300 pumps.
Yeah. No, Sri was, he was like, dude, like, how was your week? And I was like, well, bro, I mean,
a great week.
Bitcoin went up 30%, so I'm doing pretty fine. But like, price doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like,
price doesn't matter, but it's awesome. It's awesome seeing 30% gains.
Yeah. It's like all those mark-to-market losses look a lot better than they did a week ago.
For sure. Especially when you're telling people to buy it like $50,000.
Yeah, well, I tell people to buy at all times.
It doesn't matter the price.
But the irony is like people only listen when it's at highs.
Yeah, and that's just they get in when they should get in at this
point. The price you deserve. Yeah.
You just can't force people to buy anymore.
But like, you know, I probably should do a better job of professing the word during the bear markets, because like I kind of pulled it back.
Yeah,
because I was just getting sick of like being like, my friends were like kind of making fun of me. Or,
that always happens when the price is down and we're like really down.
They're like, dude, so you're still buying Bitcoin?
We just get shit on all the time.
It's like, I don't get it, dude. I thought we were friends. Like, why are you literally actually at Thanksgiving? One of my first friends I made in Denver, and we're still friends. We'll be lifelong friends, I hope. He's a real estate guy, and I'm not a real estate guy. The only real estate I own is on the blockchain. And he was like, for Thanksgiving, like, we're supposed to be giving thanks for like a friendship and all. And he's like, so you still buying Bitcoin every day, dude? And I was like, you son of a bitch.
Yes, I am.
I am. Thank you for asking.
All the way down.
How is it going? Great. I know you didn't ask that because you already knew, because that's why you asked the question in the first place, because you wanted to kick me when I was down. Yeah. And I was like, how's your 7 leveraged homes going, bro? Like, come on.
He has no room to talk right now.
And he's like, it's great. I'm rich. And I'm like, well, okay.
Good for you, man.
Maybe not forever.
Like, my 95-year-old grandma watches Bitcoin price every day.
Really?
So when it was tanking over the last 8 months, she was texting me and calling me all the time. She's like, Ricky, I'm worried about you. Are you okay? I was like, don't even worry about it, Grandma.
She was worried about you.
Yeah.
Not her. Is she like a bit? Does she own? I mean, you know,
she doesn't own anything.
Oh yeah,
but she knows that I run a business in the space, and so she just watches the price like a hawk because of me. It's hilarious.
She thinks it's more important to you than it probably is.
Yeah. Because
your business doesn't ebb and flow like. I mean, I'm sure it does, but
it does based on bear markets and stuff. So if the price is down
because
for 8 months, nobody wants to spend their Bitcoin.
Nobody wants to spend anything. The opposite.
Yeah, because when the price goes down, nobody wants to buy stuff. Right. They want to buy more sats because they're so cheap.
Right.
So you see it. I mean, I was down this past year 42% compared to the last one.
Just in like revenue?
Yeah.
Jeez. Is that
the best part is if you're a Bitcoin business, it doesn't matter.
Right, because you're getting more. You're getting more Bitcoin.
Yeah.
per sale. So like your future,
it almost equals out,
right?
Kind of. The dollar value obviously is lower, but the amount of sats you get in,
right? Because you can't just okay, like let's say so year over year, Bitcoin dropped, I don't know, 60-70% roughly, depending on where you're picking from.
Yeah.
So let's just use 60%. So like you can't just raise your prices 60% next year. But if you sold something for 50,000 sats today and next year Bitcoin goes up 60%, you effectively did, right?
Yeah.
That's a hack.
That is a life hack, right? Like I would rather take Bitcoin because any Bitcoin that we get in the shop, I never sell.
Right.
It goes straight to cold storage for a long time.
That's what Ben was saying too last week when we were recording. He's like, in bear markets, like I sell the wine for a lot more sats.
Yeah.
And in bull markets, sell the wine for a lot less sats. Yeah.
So overall, it all equals out, and it kind of is nice because you just have pretty much a baseline of dollar value overall.
Do you ever especially in harder times, like I'm sure some of your bills are denominated in fiat. Like
that's the problem,
right? The electricity, if it was printers, can't be terribly cheap.
That's the problem is when you hit bear markets, more people are buying with Bitcoin, and now that
you're not selling it for your,
I never sell it. So you're trying to cover all your expenses with the fiat orders that come in, right?
But you don't have to do that.
No, obviously not. No, but I do it.
Taking accounting,
I would rather take credit card debt on than sell sats.
Well, yeah, because fiat's going to zero.
Exactly. So it's a tough call. Like this past year through the bear market was a rough one because everybody was actually paying with sats and they weren't actually paying with fiat. Like my order rates are now
costs 60. Are all coming out of pocket.
Yeah. So I'm holding all that Bitcoin and not selling it to pay off the fiat. I'm getting less fiat in. And I'm like, well, shit, I might actually have to start selling some Bitcoin to cover the bills.
I mean, that's the same thing with miners. Like you saw in the bull market, like HUD 8 and all them, they were just hodling every single sat that they mined.
Which I don't blame them.
Right. But then like now they have to sell, like most of these are having to sell every sat that they mined at these prices.
Yeah.
Because they have no savings.
And I think that's where businesses get screwed. Like if you don't have a plan to like prepare for that, you will get screwed.
Right. Because living the volatile cycles, like it's 70% up and down in a year is
that's huge,
and then 30% week over week up, right? Like
it's crazy.
Huge.
Yeah,
it's like you got to be like nuts to kind of like denominate your life in this at this point in time, kind of.
But it's fun. It's a wild roller coaster ride, man.
Well, we're young enough too to where we have the stamina to like ride the roller coaster still, and then also
try telling my wife that.
Yeah, well,
she's like,
this ain't a marriage
we need to start selling some. Yeah, we need to start selling some. I was like, no, not yet. We're way too early.
Well, Rob, Bikes and Bitcoin. He was on the show. He was actually the guy who told me to get you on the show. By the way,
shout out to Rob. You're the man, Rob.
He was like, you need to get CryptoCloaks Rick on. But his wife, they came to the Christmas party and they were talking because they just had a baby.
Yeah.
And Rob his wife was telling me about how they're like saving for the baby, right? Yep. College fund, although who knows what college will look like by then. College fund, right?
College fund, yeah.
Their baby's going to be learning in the ASIC mines.
Yeah, I was going to say their baby isn't going to college. Let's just be honest. It'll be running ASIC farms and stuff.
And like a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was saying that like, Rob saves for the baby and Bitcoin, and I save for it in cash. And I was like, well, if Bitcoin works out, like 50% of it should be enough even then. Yeah. And if it doesn't, like, good thing there's somebody that has some somebody sense
is doing a safety protocol on the back end.
So like, I think, probably the battle that you're never going to win there with your wife. So just count your lucky stars. Yeah. She lets you have all those printers in the house.
She's awesome. She deals with a lot. So I'm thankful for her for sure.
She must understand Bitcoin at least, like just from you being so deep into it. She's got to ask some questions. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. She understands it. And she gets annoyed because wherever we go, I try to like shill Bitcoin. Like we're riding Ubers and she's like, don't do it.
Nah.
Don't do it. And she's like, here we go again. And I'm like trying to tell the Uber driver that really doesn't understand me right now. And I'm just like going over his head with information.
21 million, infinite, everything divided by 21 million. There's only finite supply.
And even stuff like that, they're like, what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah, sometimes I wonder. The other day, Jameson was doing like an internal presentation
Yeah.
And like for us, like talking about covenants and like how that could be used in a wallet security, like down the line, and like, you know, and one of the lines he said was, yeah, and you know, like Bitcoin don't actually exist, right? Like it's like the idea of a Bitcoin doesn't even exist. It's actually an abstraction. There's no sats. There's no Bitcoins. There's no 21 million. All of those things are like abstractions so that you can understand it.
Like bring it to a human psychological
but there's
level.
Actually no Bitcoin. There's none. It's just like, I don't even...
It's just a bunch of ones and zeros.
He explained it much better. And I was like... How's your Friday going? Like, I just got told my life savings is in a nothing, literally doesn't exist. And also that my industry that I work in is also about securing something that doesn't even exist.
Isn't that funny though?
So like, how's your weekend? You know?
How's your weekend? Everything you know is a joke.
Just shattered, but but Bitcoin don't exist. So
that's pretty interesting.
I'm not surprised that like when you try to talk to people about it, they're just like, because we literally my full-time job is teaching people about wallet security. Yeah. And then my other job is this. Yeah. And so it's like, I talk about Bitcoin more than most people on earth. And I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It is tough to like talk about other stuff. Luckily I have 3D printing, so people don't just think all I do is talk about Bitcoin.
Well, and that's like...
Because it would probably drive my wife nuts.
Yeah, well, we try to do the same thing with the show because there's a million Bitcoin podcasts.
Yeah.
And there's not a million 3D printing shows. As a matter of fact, I'm not even like familiar with like any like 3D printing companies except for yours. Do you have like competitors? And we won't mention them because we don't need to give them any air. But like,
yeah, of course, there's other plebs running 3D printing companies.
Okay, but we're not going to mention.
No, I can mention them. There's a couple.
We don't have to.
No, I don't care. There's like GoBur and S1, Sly. They're running businesses. They're all not in the U.S. They're overseas in Europe and stuff. But there's smaller companies. But like I said, I've been running for like 6 years. So they've gotten started in the last 3 years. So it'll take more time to get exposure. That's just what happens.
So are you like the only 3D printer in the country, it seems like?
I wouldn't say 3D printer.
Well, maybe not 3D printer, maybe but 3D printing business, small local, non like industrial scale, like you're supplying to like oil field man.
I would say for the Bitcoin space, yes. But for like regular small 3D printing manufacturers, there's probably millions. It's so mainstream now.
Really?
Yeah. It's so mainstream.
Like, is it easy to get started then? Like, if
you want to run a business, no, because it's so diluted now. Everybody can easily buy a $300 printer and print off knickknacks.
Like the Prusa one, right?
Like Prusa, yes. That's one of our favorites. Or like the Bamboo is now blowing up.
Bamboo
X1 Carbon. I'm going to be talking over your head here in about 2 seconds.
That's what I'm asking. No, I want to. Okay, so like I've had a couple friends who have been like, "Yo, you need to learn 3D printing." Like, you got
whoever those friends are, they're geniuses, and I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I agree too. They have talked particularly around like the sovereignty aspect of it, and like, hey, what if like the government says this part is illegal, or what if you just need this part and you can't find it because supply chains have broken down?
Yes.
Like what if you need ways to defend yourself? There's all kinds of things.
That's the best part, man.
But like, okay, so I'm interested in learning, but obviously like the material's not cheap, and
depends on the material, really. Like if you go regular PLA plastic, it's dirt cheap. I mean, you can get low quality stuff from China for like $13.
But even then, like you're not going to make like an investment in like a 3D printer and all this unless you know what, like you kind of have an idea of like what you're doing. So like where I'm going with this is like where would someone like myself who's like interested in it but doesn't know really the first thing about it to like what would be like a good 3D printing machine to start out with? What kind of like software would I need? Like, where would I learn?
This is a perfect entryway into a page on our website that we have.
Okay.
It's called 3dprintersgoburr.com, and it'll bring you to a page that tells you all the basics. It gives you a basic 3D printer that you should start out with for beginners. It tells you all the different slicing softwares, design softwares, the different filaments. So it kind of breaks down all those questions that you have. So you can start your journey right there.
How many R's are in that burr?
3. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to put that URL somewhere because that's the only thing.
I'll put it in the notes.
URLs, you're like, go burr, and they're like,
cool.
Is that like 12
1,
burrs?
2, 3, 10.
Yeah.
I forget. I think that was like the Umbrel password, money printer go burr.
Yeah.
It was like their stand, and then people like got their,
how many is that? How many hours?
I don't know, but like you probably guess it's less than 12. I bet.
Yeah, right.
More than one, less than 12. I'll get in before they brute force lock me out.
Right.
You know? So you want to like just kind of give like a high level, like you said a bunch of words like slicing and like other things that I'm not even sure what that means.
So we'll go first. You got your printer. If you want to start out with, I always say just get an Ender 3.
An Ender 3? Is that the Creality?
Yeah, Creality Ender 3s. They're like $150.
Oh, they're that cheap?
So over the past 6 years that I've even been in this space, the printer prices have just...
Technology is deflationary.
It is. It's crazy. Like really crazy how cheap it is to get into 3D printing.
Right.
I think the first printer I bought was $300, and now you can get a Creality Ender 3 for $150 to even see if you like the hobby and are gonna.
And they're probably better than the ones that they were like 5 years ago too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably on the same line, same level, but they're $150 now.
And that's it, right?
But sometimes they go on sale for $99. So you can get a 3D printer and start your journey for $99.
Hundo.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
That's a lot of sats still, but
it is a lot of sats.
Fair enough though.
But it comes down to self-sovereignty.
Right. You got to make some concessions.
Yeah.
Like all the Bitcoin you in the world ain't no good if you have no water.
That's true.
Like I'm also, what's a drop of water worth of someone in the desert? A bottle of water worth
everything.
All 21 million.
I will give you all of everything I have.
Yeah, so otherwise you'll just die and then someone will take your Bitcoin anyway. So
you might as well get some water for it.
Right. You might as well get the water.
Yeah. Cause you mentioned like the supply chain earlier.
Yeah.
Like why a 3D printer is great. I ran into a problem. I tell the story all the time just because it's, I don't know, one of the best ones for me. I went to Home Depot, Lowe's, and a couple other hardware stores looking for just Christmas light clips to hang them off my gutter. They were all sold out. And I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? And then I go, you know what, screw this. I'll go design my own at home, 3D print my own hooks. And I made them for like 90% less of what the actual cost is in
10%
store.
10% of the cost. Jeez.
And I just drilled them into the gutters and now they're up there forever. So they're way better design anyways, because I did it myself.
So I have more questions on that. So the material, like, is there a wide range of different materials and how strong is this stuff compared to?
Yeah. So you start out with PLA as your basic.
What is PLA?
Just regular plastic. Polyethylene. I can't tell you.
Okay.
PLA.
Look it up. PLA.
PLA. So start out with there. That's your basic.
Polylactic acid.
There you go.
Chemical compound.
Perfect. I'm glad you looked it up.
Yeah, it's right here.
I knew that. PLA. I was just testing everybody here. So
PLA 3D printer filament. Looks like you can get 1.75 millimeter. Is that like,
that's the width of the filament to go in your, that's your standard.
Plus or minus 0.02 dimensional accuracy.
That's your tolerances, yeah.
And
so it doesn't get stuck in the
1 kilogram spool.
Yep, that's average.
For $22.
And I don't even know what brand is that?
That is Comgrow.
I've never heard of that brand in my life.
It's because it's Amazon, bro. But I mean, like, okay, what's a kilogram spool? Like, okay, call it 25 to $50 maybe for like some good brands.
Whoa. I wouldn't say $50 for PLA. That's pushing it. I'd say $30 on the high end for PLA.
Okay. And for a kilogram spool.
For a kilogram.
How much, like, what could I make with the kilogram? Like, how long would that last?
I mean, it really depends on what you want to print, right? On coaster wise, I could probably print 100 or more coasters.
You could print 100. That's a good.
I think.
That's I'm
trying to figure out how many grams are in that.
These were like $6 a piece. I bought them from you for.
I can't remember. Yeah.
That's a huge margin, bro.
It is good.
I mean, you got to run a business.
But the problem is.
You have other costs. Like you run the website, you run the electricity.
That's where you can get into.
The plastic.
That's just the material, right? And everybody's like, oh, it's plastic. It should be dirt cheap. But the problem is you have the printing time itself to print it. Those coasters are like 5 hours on a Prusa.
Which is. You can't print anything else.
Yeah, it's down. And then you have all the shipping. You have all the packaging and all the other stuff. And then
you didn't ship these.
Yeah, I brought them here. You're welcome.
Well, technically you got in a car accident shipping them, so it's an expensive delivery, bro.
Yeah, this is the worst. I actually got screwed on this sale.
Oh, yeah, well. Conniving, I guess.
Nah, hand delivering's fun.
So, okay, what are some other costs that go into that aside from the printing material? Because that's a great point. Like, yeah, the material alone is sure your margins if that was the only cost, cheap. But you literally have marketing and advertising expenses and electricity costs. And
for me, the biggest thing is print time and how much time you have to like
the opportunity cost of
exactly
what else you could be printing.
Yeah, it's just the print time, and that's how I average everything out.
What's is sort of like the best ROI? Like what types of things are the best, like your favorite things to print from like a earnings standpoint? Yeah. Like what, like takes little time, but makes a ton of money and has high margins. Like what's something that like, I'm trying to think. If you were to do this and only this somehow, because there was a huge demand for this thing, you would just crush your sales. Like
if I were to do one thing and it would just be my only product, if it was just about money, which it isn't, I'd probably just do block me jigs 24/7.
The
little block me jigs, the little stamps where you have the metal washer, you put them in there and it's just a jig to even out your letters. You don't know what that is, huh?
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the stamp, like yeah. It's just like a plastic.
Those things are super fast to print, especially with the new printer that I got. I can print 14 in 7 hours where it used to take like 24 to 36.
And it was like what, $10 a pop or something like that?
I think we sell them for $7.99 now. But if that was one product I'd sell, it'd be that nonstop. But that's boring, right?
It's only for one specific thing too.
Yeah.
Right. So like you can't run a business off just that because it's such a niche product.
Also, I wouldn't want to. Right. It just sounds really boring.
Blockmejigs.com.
Jigs 24/7, like not designing anything else. That's not why I did what I did.
So did you get into 3D printing through like a love of like graphic design, or like how did you, I mean, because the software, you said you just like, you're like went in and built these hooks, like, okay, so, in what, when, how do you know how to do that?
Yeah, so I designed it in Fusion. I pretty much designed everything in Fusion. So if you guys want to design products, Fusion 360 is free for hobbyists. So, and it's a great CAD software for 3D modeling. Yeah, Fusion 360.
Instead of like AutoCAD or something like that?
Yeah, so AutoCAD, Autodesk actually makes Fusion 360.
Okay.
It's like their 3D modeling software.
Okay. Yep. Fusion 360. And how do you, I mean, I'm sure there's like YouTube tutorials and stuff on how to learn it. But
so I just kind of learned on my own. I did have a senior design project in college, and that's kind of where I fell down the 3D printing rabbit hole.
Okay.
I was in charge of the 3D printer of the project, and then all their team members were like mill, laser, engraver, stuff like that. And then after the project, I was like, I kind of want one of these when I graduate. So that's where I bought the first printer, and everything started from there.
Huh. Okay. And what was that kind of printer? What kind was that? The Creality?
No, that was a Maker Select V2.1.
Do they even make that anymore?
God, I doubt it.
Doubt it.
That was 6 years ago. No, they probably make something else now.
Were you like what kind of project design? Like you were an engineer or something?
Yeah, so I was an industrial engineer before I quit my job and do CryptoCloaks full time now. So I worked for Jennie-O Turkey for 7 years.
That's the jacket, yeah.
Still got it.
Jennie-O, dude.
So if you buy Thanksgiving turkeys, buy Jennie-O.
What's okay, now I have some turkey questions.
Oh God, here we go.
Does it actually make you sleepy? Like, because you would know being in the inside.
I killed turkeys at 35,000 a day. I didn't really do the whole food aspects. Well, no, I was in charge of the projects and stuff so I was in charge of the hang kill, boning, and evisceration parts of the plant.
Those sound awful, man. No wonder you did 3D printing. Murder chickens for a living.
I mean, it wasn't bad. The projects were awesome, right? It was all on how fast can you kill turkeys efficiently.
Turkeys, right?
Yeah.
That's a gruesome thought.
I mean, it was really dirty and disgusting. That's why I kind of am glad that I'm not doing it anymore.
So you were designing like killing machines, basically?
So we did more project planning where other machines, other companies had the machines, and we'd do layouts and stuff on the floor, and then I'd do the project managing of it.
Oh, like where to put certain like
which
things
machines
on the
are we going to
line.
get? How is it all going to work? How are we going to cut and paste and put these machines where this machine goes and everything else? The whole,
yeah. This seems like, I mean, look, supply chain for food is important. Like
it is,
but gosh, that's like a hard thing for like.
Did you know the turkeys we killed were like 40 pounds a pop?
40 pounds?
Yeah.
That's like
a lot of people don't know that, which is crazy.
Huge, dude.
Yeah, I know, it's huge. And that's your just regular toms.
Where do they raise the turkeys?
On farms.
Nearby? Or do they ship them there?
Depends. So they all go on trucks, obviously, just like pigs and cows and stuff.
Jesus, dude. Fucking dark, bro. I don't need.
It's really funny because like it's not dark to me. It's just
no. I mean, and I understand that perspective too, because it's like there's certain points like you should have like you shouldn't eat meat if you're like if that scares you.
I still eat turkey, and I watched all the nasty shit. So
I don't mean like I don't mean like you shouldn't eat meat. I mean like you shouldn't eat meat unless you're okay with that, because like,
because that's what it is.
That's somebody else's problem. But like, I don't care. I'll eat it. But like, I don't want to think about all this shit that goes into it. It's like, well, that was like, so you're fine with somebody else doing it.
Yeah.
But like, because my dad's a farmer and he's a rancher. Like,
that's awesome. That's hard work, man.
I won't like, I'm like, is that cow for slaughter? Because like, if so, I won't go near it, because like, I don't want to make a connection with the cow and like,
Yeah. Which luckily, is like, we didn't make connections with the turkeys coming out the trucks. That'd be brutal.
It's weird to make a connection with the turkey. We had something.
Oh no, Jimmy! Don't go down the CO2 tunnel.
No, Jimmy. Oh no, and Jenny. It'd be Jenny in this. Jennie-O.
Jennie-O from Jennie-O.
Oh, is that that was in the Midwest, Minnesota?
Yep.
Is there like a lot of those plants out here? Like, I guess you were already doing. So
Jennie-O has most of its plants in Minnesota.
Okay, yeah. You moved to Colorado for just personal.
The wife wanted to get closer to family, so
okay,
we moved out here.
Cool.
And now we got the mountains and everything.
Right? Are you a skier?
Yeah, I ski.
Yeah.
I'm not good. I fall a lot once I start getting tired. Yeah. That's for sure. But it's fun bombing hills.
Yeah.
And these mountains are crazy compared to Minnesota hills.
Sure, dude. Yeah, it's like world-class skiing here. I need to get back into it. I'm like terrified to get back on the mountain.
I love it.
I crashed like pretty bad once, and I'm just like, nope, never again.
See, this year, wife and I got the Epic Local Pass.
Yeah.
And I haven't even been out yet. And I'm like, shit, we need to use this.
It's February, dude.
Yeah.
Or almost February.
I know. But isn't ski season for
till April? Yeah.
Sometimes May.
Sometimes
if you're lucky.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Like A Basin will be open until July even. So
okay.
It'll be open until July 4th sometimes.
But that's the thing, is it's almost February already.
Right. I mean, if you get like
we haven't skied
4 days in, you probably got your money's worth.
I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah. And then you're paid. So it's
especially
like one long
weekend. If you've got like all your own equipment, you don't need to like rent all that stuff. That's really
I hate renting. I bought my own skis and I don't ski that much. I just hate renting because you have to go deal with all the bullshit, pick like skis and test fit boots.
Yeah. Every time.
And you waste like 2 hours doing that.
It's like half your
ski day. When you could be bombing hills.
That's right.
It's like, what the hell?
You could be getting fresh powder, first chairlift.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of those things are. I've lived here for so long.
Trying to act like the lingo.
Fresh
pow, man.
Oh, gnarly.
Be first on the lift, dude.
Yeah. Send it. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't either. I just go down hills on skis.
I mean, there's only certain things that like people in skiing say, and it's like we covered them all. I think.
I think we did. Oh man.
Dude, Colorado's got a lot of things going for it, though.
I'm not gonna lie. I love like all the state parks and national parks out here.
Yeah, have you been to Rocky Mountain National Park?
So many times. I mean, we're out of Loveland, right? So it's 46 minutes to get up there. We go up there all the time, and the drive is gorgeous.
They changed it now. You got the state park pass as a part of your registration.
About time, because it sucks because you had to buy a county pass, a state pass, a national pass. And it's like, just put it all in one.
Yeah, well, now it's like part of your driver's license or car registration. It's like included. You can opt out, but like nobody will because they don't know.
They snuck it in. Nobody reads money off all the people that don't go to state parks.
Yeah, they're like, oh, there's a $25 increase in registration, but like, by the way, you get state park access,
which is awesome.
But you ain't going. Let's be honest. You sitting at home smoking weed. Like, not you, but
no, we love it. We go out in the summertime. I think we're out every weekend.
Oh, really?
Going camping or hiking in the mountains. It's beautiful.
Biking up there is really cool, too.
I don't have a good bike.
You gotta get you a road bike.
Maybe.
Mountain bike.
I have too many other hobbies.
That's the summertime mountain hobby.
I'd rather be like hiking and sitting by a lake in the woods.
Yeah. Dude, the lake, the mountain alpine lakes in the summer.
They are just beautiful.
That's like some reflection time. Like, especially this summer, if you remember, like basically like July 4th was like the throes of the bottom. Like that was, I think, when Celsius went down. And then FTX, I don't know, did we go lower when FTX bankrupt?
I think we did.
We might have gone a little bit lower.
I think the lowest low was like 15.6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When we completely bottomed.
Dude,
we could go lower.
Limit order at 15.58 or something.
Did it hit or
no, it didn't hit. It was my first. I had a limit order starting there, and then like every $200 all the way down to 10K. And none of them have hit. We're like 24
I mean,
now.
it's good, but it's also like, damn.
I'm like, of course, this is what I get.
Yeah.
Like getting cute again, you know? It's like FOMO in at the top. Try to get cute at the bottom. And,
every time.
And don't buy. And I'll wind up FOMO in at the top again.
Every time.
It really does happen every time. So that's why I'm thankful for that DCA. It's like, I just forget. That's shit.
buy when you can, man.
Yeah, I did buy some at
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
So it's a win.
But anyway, in the summertime, like around the peak summertime, around July 4th, took like a week off. Just like, dude, I need to get some air. Like I was just like, this is a lot. This is heavy, dude. Like working in the industry is.
I'm actually worried about this shit now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought like this was all fun and cute. Like, no, dude.
The industry is getting destroyed right now, and now I'm actually worried.
Literally, people are laughing at me for leaving the financial industry, and I was like, I was laughing at him a year ago for staying.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Life teaches you some lessons, but dude, I went up to Leadville, Colorado, at Turquoise Lake, or maybe
have I been there? I feel like I have.
Leadville.
Where's that at from here?
It's about like 2 hours. It's by Vail, Aspen.
I think we stopped there. I don't think
it's the highest town in the country.
What? Oh, okay, Copper. Okay.
Yeah, so you go like through you go past Copper, kind of past Breck. You can also go, you basically go through past Copper and you're there.
I got you.
But yeah, dude, I went down there, Twin Lakes, Colorado, and right by Mount Albert and Mount Massive, and just literally sat there on a mountaintop overlooking the lakes for like 3 straight days. No electricity.
That's the best part. You need
nothing,
that.
No phone.
In the space we're in, no matter like if you care about price or not or anything else, it's nice to just get away from it all,
dude,
and just go up in the mountains.
Yep.
Turn off your phone and say, I'm not going to touch anything. I'm not going to look at orders. I'm not going to look at support emails. I'm sorry.
Nothing. Dude, I drove all the way out there, got this whole weekend planned out, set up camp.
Yeah. You tented out?
What was this vibration in my pocket? I got 4G out here. What the hell? Dude, I was like, I got to turn airplane mode on.
That's the worst.
I was literally getting notifications from Crypto Watch that Bitcoin hit a new low, and I was like, stop it.
I'm out here to clear my mind and not worry about prices.
Yeah. And then I think that did help though, dude, because I did turn. It was funny because like I'm like, okay, literally you can't get the irony of like the sign of the times.
You try to get away from it, and you'll still get satellites giving you internet.
Yeah, I had like notifications like market alerts coming up, and I was like, stop it.
I hate that. I normally just turn my phone off now.
Yeah, no, and
completely.
That's what I did. And it
worst
did
case, turn it on in emergency.
Yeah, right. And they have like all the like you can like set like D&D mode now. Like, it doesn't like even if I get a text after 10 p.m. it like it won't tell me until the morning. I have my phone
constantly in do not disturb.
Yeah, and
the only people that I don't even have that. I have it no noise, no nothing. I look at my phone when I want to, unless it's a family member.
Own it. It doesn't own you.
I think that's very important.
That's super important. Yeah,
because we're all like addicted to our phones. If you say you're not, you are.
Do you keep your notification? Like, dude, I have like all my notifications off. Basically,
depends on. Yeah, I was gonna say depends on what it is. Like if it's customer emails.
Yeah, I keep that
like
on.
Certain Twitter ones, I'll keep them on.
Yeah,
but I won't get a vibrate. Right, it'll just be on the top of my phone.
Right.
So the only thing that comes through my phone that I can hear or get a vibration is like a family member phone call or text.
Right,
and I think that's super important.
Yeah, some emergency or something.
Yep. Otherwise, the phone owns you.
Right.
Don't let that happen.
And more, it will continue to be.
Yeah.
Like people.
Everything's on your phone nowadays.
You can look at baby boomers and they're like hunched over, dude. Same people.
It's kind of depressing. And that's why I did
depressing, dude.
I did this like 3 years ago and it was the best decision I ever made.
We're going to take back our tech sovereignty.
We have to.
Because like, dude, I think the baby boomers like didn't grow up with it. So they are like kind of enamored by it already still.
Well, it's just like how they took over Facebook.
Right. That's why I don't use it. When my family got on Facebook, I got off.
Yeah, I think a lot of us did. Because in high school, we were all like, yeah, Facebook is the coolest. College, Facebook is the coolest. We can meet all these people and talk.
Instagram. Then went to Instagram.
Yep. And then like our moms and dads and grandmas all got on there and
gone.
We're like, nah, that's their place now.
That's it. Dude, I don't know anyone who uses Facebook.
They share too much information.
They share way too much information.
Everybody uses Facebook like a personal journal. And I'm like, you guys should probably stop that.
This is public forever.
Yeah.
Like, and even if you delete it, you don't understand it's there forever because there's like metadata and archive.
I never get that.
The internet archive. Dude, I don't tweet. I mean, I tweet sometimes. Like I used to tweet a lot more.
Yeah.
Like in the bull market, but.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah.
Die out in the bears. Oh, great.
Well,
you're the ones that I warned about today on my Twitter. I posted, hey, watch out for the people that all of a sudden reappear when the bull is about to run.
Oh no, I came back in the bear. Like
thank God.
I disappeared last year, but I've came back like mid.
So that doesn't count you in there then.
It was just like the infighting was getting so bad. I was just like all the negativity is what I was avoiding. I didn't care about the price.
I try to stay out of it. All of that bullshit drama.
Yeah. It was like
because there's so much. It's like, you guys, it's Bitcoin Twitter. Who cares?
And it's public too. So like all your little mean comments that you say, like, dude, people find out your identity, and
now if you're a scammer, I'll call you out.
Oh yeah, it should be.
But there's so many like stupid ass fights on there that I'm like, you guys just
totally, man. I and that's why I don't. And that's what I was saying. Like that's why I don't really like tweet anymore, because I'm just like, dude. First of all, if my opinion doesn't really matter to like the most of the people, and second, like I may change my opinion in the future, and I don't want that to come bite me in the ass. Like,
and in the end of it, is that message really that important?
Nobody
gives a shit about that tweet opinion.
No, pretty much the only tweets that are worthwhile are shit posts because they're funny and they have staying power.
And all I do is literally tweet the journey of the company. That's all I do.
Yeah, and that's like I use Twitter now mostly like for the podcast and like promoting the episodes, because you kind of have to. You
have to have somewhere.
And like Bitcoin audience is not on like TikTok and Instagram like they are on Twitter.
They probably are.
Really?
But they're probably like harder core into shitcoins than anything else.
Right, which like they probably wouldn't enjoy this podcast then.
Probably. Maybe.
Like we don't talk about Bitcoin that much.
There's a lot of random other stuff, which is good.
I was telling Shree this. Shree's behind the camera, by the way.
That's why I took off my headphones to listen to, by the way, if you're wondering why I did that.
We're filming in front of a live studio audience. Each week we're leveling up. Wait till next week when we got a cameraman.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty insane, huh? Corey's got a whole setup, dude.
Even for these cell phone cameras he got going on right now? This is pretty legit setup.
Wait till you see Corey's setup, man.
He was telling me about it when you were gone.
It's unbelievable. His is like professional documentary style.
He was jacked about your microphones. You guys have the full setup now.
Dude,
he's got lights and cameras, and you got microphones and audio equipment.
I've been doing this like production wise on my own for 2 years, man. And I'm like, I want to get like I used to have like just my friend Bo and I started getting guests on, and now I'm trying to get like bigger guests on.
As you do.
And like,
I'm sorry you had to have me on. I'm not that big.
Dude, so no, you're like one of the more popular people I've had on the show.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know, but like we don't have a lot of
some dude that just 3D print stuff.
We don't have a lot of subscribers yet.
All right, we'll get there now.
But that's the thing. You got to give yourself the tools to grow into it, and like also, how am I going to be able to get like a professional videographer and like have him take the podcast seriously if I don't bring like it seriously, like getting the audio and stuff? Right?
Yeah, you have to do that.
It's like, you just gotta like.
Good for you, dude.
You got to set yourself up for success if you want to achieve something, and like, even if like it doesn't work out, or like say in a few years, like decide I'm just like over this phase, I can always sell the equipment.
Yeah.
And like this shit will hold value. Like
that's the best part.
Better
if you
than
get
like
really nice stuff.
Solana will or something like that. But yeah, like if you buy higher end stuff, it usually holds its value much better than it holds its value. Like even if I guess it won't hold its value if it doesn't last. So
I think those kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. I've got this really expensive 1940s car. It doesn't run.
Doesn't work. It never will, but man, it's rare.
It's rare. That metal. That metal's old. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, it's like, it's I appreciate you like making the drive down here, and that's nice of you to say, dude. Well, I tried to get Corey to bring all the camera equipment today, and he was like, let me see how you do it first. He's like, I mean,
it makes sense. It sounds like a lot of lugging.
Yeah,
so
it does. And I think he wanted to make sure that like we were like for real,
an actual thing. Yeah, not just in an alleyway, randomly talking with a cell phone going like this.
Yeah, exactly, dude. No, we're literally filming in front of a live studio audience.
This podcast is gonna blow up so big,
bro. Watch out, TFTC. We're coming for you. Actually, no. I will give credit to Marty and Peter McCormick. Their two podcasts is like. I mean, I've learned so much from like modeling their like Marty like finally upped his production quality, because like for a while him and Matt.
Yeah, but it's awesome though.
That's what I'm saying.
I love the humbleness.
They had such a good show from content.
Never forget that. Don't ever get too big and lose the humbleness.
That's true. Well, Matt, every morning, stay humble, stack sats. It's the best message that like, dude.
I wonder when he's going to stop that.
I hope he just like has it on like a
auto schedule
tweet bot, scheduled tweet.
That would be smart, because that would be annoying every morning to do that.
Yeah, I mean, but also like,
I would think less of it though.
Yeah,
if he didn't hand type that every day.
It's something to like go through that awareness every morning and then type it instead of just like a bot doing it for him.
Exactly.
I think he does it himself. I think he does it manually.
I kind of want to know now.
I'm gonna have to get Matt on the show.
Do it.
I'm gonna have to get Marty on the show.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, Marty, I really need to have you on the show. And Matt, you too. I just really need to know about your tweet.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to grow my podcast directly in competition with yours.
Can I borrow you on mine?
All right. It's like, if Marty and I were to film, which podcast is it? Like, whose podcast is it?
That's the fun part,
like,
right?
I guess it depends on who's interviewing who. Who's asking the questions.
If you're smart, you would let Marty do it. And then have yours.
I think Marty asks a good question. I mean, Peter too.
But the problem is there's so many podcasts. There is overlap, but there's a lot of different opportunities where you don't have to do all the same stuff.
All right. Well, I mean, we were talking about that because you were on Marty's TFTC, which
we didn't talk about any of this.
I'll link below. I'll link that episode below. Like we were talking about like, oh, we don't want it to like overlap too much, and
you're gonna get that no matter what.
Yeah, but how we got in all this is like, there's a ton of Bitcoin shows, and like I think what I try to do, because we were talking about I don't talk about Bitcoin so much because there's other really good podcasts that do that already. Yeah. So I'm more interested in like, and this is what I was explaining in the street, like I'm looking at the different people that are in the Bitcoin industry, and like, how does a guy who's passionate about like industrial engineering and 3D printing, or like studied that. Yeah. Like, I studied economics and was a financial planner. Ben like is a winemaker. Yeah. Like Rob was a photographer at one point. Now like Colin is an attorney. Like, how do all of like Tatum is a comedian in my mind. Like, he was the last. How do all of these?
Did Tatum come on the show?
Yeah.
Was he? When was he here?
Like 3 months ago. Oh, he did. Oh no, he didn't come on in person.
Oh, okay. I was
we recorded
thanks
ours.
For letting me know. I would have liked to meet him in person.
If he was
in Denver, I would have drove down.
His episode came out 5 days ago.
Oh, okay.
It's the most recent one that was published.
Oh, okay. Now, yes. Yeah. I remember seeing that.
But there's like 4 that I've recorded since we recorded that I just haven't published yet.
I know, because I was talking with Colin when he dropped me all of my beef off. And he's like, hey, I heard you're going on the podcast. I'm going that like 2 weeks before you. I was like, that's legit. And then you said, Ben. Ben. Yes.
Was last week.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. It's everybody that I talked to.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I'm going to have the whole Colorado Bitcoin scene on here.
Which is awesome. That's where you should start, right?
Right. Well,
there's a lot here.
And I want to do them in person because the quality comes out better and the discussion comes out better because there's not like a latency between.
Yeah.
Which is like
overlapping. This is kind of nice. This is the first podcast that I've done live. And it is nice to have like you right there.
Yeah.
Totally. And there's no like lag where I'm almost talking over you because of like the 3-second delay.
You also make eye contact. Whereas like you don't make eye contact. And dude, Mark Zuckerberg talks about this all the time and his like why they're so deep into Meta's like virtual reality. Yeah. He's like, because we spend so much of our time working remotely these days. And when we have Zoom calls and whatnot, we don't even look each other in the eyes. And he's like, so much conversation is lost without eye contact.
It's true though.
And you don't realize it until you regain it. And you're like, oh shit.
Like, oh, I'm staring at you.
Right.
Normally I'd be like looking at the corner left of the monitor.
Right. And then like, and that what also happens is like you wind up not like paying attention to what people are saying as much because there's distractions and you're not engaged.
It depends too on like what video service you go through for the recordings. Because some are pictures like this small.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't want to squint to look at them. But it's like, shit. And then some are like so huge and you're like, okay, I need to minimize this window just because it looks like they're pretty much in my face. I know we started this whole like hour-long rant, I feel like, after talking about summer up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And somehow we ended up here with talking about camera storages. So.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about so I had said that like Bitcoin was a volatile industry to be in and work in and denominate in. And I went to the mountains and we were talking about Colorado.
That's right. Yeah.
Went to Colorado because we were talking about how beautiful it is here. And I was like, oh yeah, I needed to get out of the industry for a while. Like I need to get out of my head.
It's important.
And then we got into technology about, Internet's everywhere. Cameras are
the worst.
Maybe not recording.
Full circle.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Let's see. We've got some topics on here we can just kind of transition to. So we talked about going to college. We talked about why you relocated to Colorado. Here's one. So we were talking about 3D printing and like running a business on it, but you also do host the stuff that you print.
Yeah.
Like is it open source, I guess? Is that
for like, are you talking about the File Factory?
The File Factory. Yeah. Like, so what is that? And like, maybe talk through a bit of what your thoughts behind releasing it publicly absolutely. Like that were for.
So I don't even know how long I've had that File Factory going, but it really just came down to, I try to open source as many products that we have, just so people with printers can print it on their own. I think that's important for the space. I don't do every product, obviously, because I still need to run a business. I need revenue. But the File Factory really became a really big thing with like the home mining division portion of Bitcoin, because I went down that rabbit hole hard. And I think it's really important to allow people to have all these files, like fan shrouds for your miner to go into your ducting into your home to direct the heat where you want. And that's where it really popped off on the File Factory, was home mining in itself.
How big of a difference is that? Because I think Rob talked about the shrouds a bit.
Okay.
But like, how does it really make that big of a difference?
Yeah. So we're actually getting data in, and it looks like it could be really good in even large scale mining operations.
Okay. Maybe that's the one he was talking about.
And I don't know how much I can say.
Yeah, no.
I always go, I really want to. And they're like, you can't.
He literally said, when we recorded in October.
Yeah.
It's January now. He said in October that they were working with some large partner testing, and that's all he could say.
That's all I could say.
And I'm like, dude,
it's pretty sweet.
It's been 4 months. I want to know.
Yeah. So we finally got some data back that we're like digging through and trying to find out the numbers. After all the numbers and testing.
They basically like.
So they put our shrouds on. So we have mini pants, which are just an extension of the PSU fans to bring them out to the same level as the actual miner fans. So that way they don't compete for air. Because if you have your S19 side by side,
that like gap in the difference.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So we covered all that. So we're finally.
That doesn't mean people watch that episode though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you should
watch it.
Watch it. No, so they had 50 of those on machines, 50 of our regular mining pants, fan shrouds on 50, and then they gave us control data. So we're just trying to go through all of that
without
the fan shrouds or anything, just to compare and see the efficiencies and cooling and stuff like that. So I'm pretty jacked on that whole aspect.
And the takeaway is that it does help.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yes.
Are you?
It's gonna be sweet.
Are you worried that you open source that and that a patent may have?
So a couple of ones, the ones that we sent to them aren't open source yet. Those are the PSU versions. They actually pull the heat from the PSUs. And there's a reason why we haven't open sourced those yet.
Because they're gonna.
We'll see.
Somebody might want a contract
if everything works out. That would be cool. Eventually, we will open source them, but the way we're playing it right now is we can't, just for obvious reasons.
Right.
But cool. in the future, I would love to open source all the home mining stuff, because I think it is important for all the plebs to be able to download those files and print on their own if they want to.
Better for the network too.
Yeah.
More decentralized than mining. I mean, because mining is a game of scale and efficiency, and so it's pretty hard to be a competitive miner without that. But that's a natural centralizing force too, right? So,
but the best part is we have things to kind of counteract that now. And that's that. The space heater in front of you.
So what is this?
So that is the future of space heaters.
Can I open it up?
Yeah, you can touch it and open it up. That's why I brought it.
Here, I'll show it off while you're explaining what it is.
Okay, so really the last 4 or 5 weeks ago, I kind of went down this rabbit hole of, it started with somebody telling me you can't run an S9 in your house because they're super loud. And I was like, well, challenge accepted. So then I kind of started looking at different fan aspects, and I did a whole bunch of data collection and shared that with, Jesus Christ, showing them cable and everything.
Just in case you know what a plug looks like.
I'm dying right now. No, I figured it was important because if you go on in the Bitcoin space, there is no like mass data collection on running S9s or different setups that people ran. And I said, you know what, screw it, I want to do it. Because me and the wife ran a 1500 watt space heater in our bedroom to like warm up the room.
Right. Especially
I was like, that's 1500 watts.
That's a S9.
Yeah, that's a lot of wasted heat. Why don't I just run an S9 and mine Bitcoin while we heat the room?
Right.
I think that's a win.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And her biggest thing was mining noise, which I don't blame her.
Right.
I think stock is like 75 to 80
you gotta
decibels.
get it to like 40 or 50, huh?
Yep.
To be
and that was my goal,
palatable.
to get it under what the space heater was. And the space heater, I believe, was like 52 decibels.
You got it under? Yeah.
So I run ours at like 40, 45
when
decibels.
it's underclocked, right?
Yep.
So if we plugged it in right now, it'd be louder than that.
Yeah, because if you plug it in, it'll boot up to 100% fan speed for 2 seconds.
Which really wasn't that loud when we plugged it in.
That's the best part is if you swap to these aftermarket fans, the boot up isn't even loud.
So the Knock 2, that's the Knock 2
140s. Yep, and that's the main fan combo that I put in a huge guide. I wrote a 30-page guide to help people to kind of do it themselves.
Saw that, yeah.
Yep.
That was tight.
Yeah, it's
cool that you open source a lot of this stuff, man. I mean, like, how do you decide what to open source and what not to? Like, because you said some stuff is not.
Yeah, it's tough. For this, I was just like, I think it would benefit the space.
Yeah.
Like I said, money isn't everything. I love getting money. Yes, obviously. I run a business. I need to keep running. But
you also like have Bitcoin, so you might not need money in the future.
I don't own any Bitcoin. I lost in a boating accident.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But I thought that was
okay.
But no, I thought that was really important to, I think, because we talked about distributing the hash, right? This is a perfect opportunity.
Right. Literally distributed hash. Do they have one at their facility?
They don't have a space heater yet. No.
They got a few of those though.
Yeah. They have S9s.
What's an S9 cost today? Like if you were to buy one,
if you get one, say from Kaboom Racks, where I bought like 3 of them, I got 3 for $300, so they're $100 a pop, which is cheap.
That's a space heater.
8 months ago, they were $500.
Yeah, well, that was overpriced.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, I mean,
I bought 2 S19Js at $12,000 a pop, and now they're $1,900.
Yeah, wrecked.
But I did it because. But I look at it as press that button, man. But in the long run, I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting Bitcoin, and
I'm still mining KYC free Bitcoin.
Well, and Rob one of the things Rob talked about too is like the efficiency, or actually maybe Adam and I were. We did a bunch of mining episodes and all back to back.
Yep.
And so on one of the episodes, you got to listen to them all if you want to really learn. They talked about the efficiency and how it's kind of tapering off, and like how. So even though like you may have overpaid, well, you definitely overpaid for that machine at the time. I'm not sure that it won't be still competitive to mine in 2-3 years. Whereas the S9s today, the only time you would run it without free electricity is if there's a sunk cost usage as like this.
And I think that's what's really important is we're kind of going down that rabbit hole of how can we use these old machines efficiently to still mine Bitcoin and still win.
Right, because any hash rate is helping secure the network.
So if people are running electric space heaters, everybody's like, this is pointless. I'll just run gas. Okay, yes, obviously run gas. It's cheaper if you have it. But if you're running a plug-in wall electric space heater, why wouldn't you run one of these?
Right.
You underclock it to 650 watts. It still heats a room. And you're running 2/3 less electricity, heating the room, and you're mining Bitcoin.
Right.
That's a win.
Right. And there's no, the cost is you already were paying it. So there is no cost to
the upfront cost of maybe buying an S9.
That's the thing. So,
but you can get a space heater for like $50.
Yeah, so that was why I hadn't bought one yet, because the S9s are still about twice as expensive as the space heaters, because they were about $50 up front. And I was like, well, I'm not even going to make $50 in Bitcoin probably over like a year or 2 years. Yeah. And so I was like, even that $50 is like,
I'd rather buy sats.
I was like, I could get more sats by like buying a $50 space heater and buying $50 in sats. But I don't think that will always be the case.
I still don't think it's the case because first of all, you're getting KYC free Bitcoin, which is better than anything.
And that's underappreciating what the premium on KYC free Bitcoin could be in the future.
I think that's super important. And you're distributing the hash while helping the network. Why wouldn't you do it?
It's an altruist.
So you don't have these huge mining farms running 50%.
Right.
Now,
but my little 10 terahash ain't going to make no difference in the sense.
Let's say 1 million people do it.
Yeah.
To replace 1 million space heaters.
Yeah.
We win.
Now we're talking. Right.
And that's where it's got to start with something.
Right.
And that's kind of why I did this whole guide
Made
to say, hey, look, it looks kind of cool.
Right.
Now you can run an S9 space heater.
It's also legit, dude. I mean, you printed like that's the Shining, very Fort Collins, or that's not Fort Collins, Estes Park, right?
Yeah.
The Shining.
So I borrowed the wife's Cricut, and I was like, I need.
What's a Cricut?
It's like a little vinyl cutter.
Oh, damn. Is she artsy?
No, she
inclined?
Yeah,
too?
so she has that for all of her little projects.
What is her business?
She doesn't run a business. She just does it around the house.
Oh, okay. But so you just get to use it.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I gave her this design that, shout out to Art SF. He designed that. I think he took half of it and added Bitcoin Psychopath, whatever. Doesn't mean it. So I took that design. I was like, hey, I need you to cut this out in black vinyl so I can stick it on this box. She's like, okay, perfect.
It was
boom. And it sticks out perfect and it looks good. Because trying to 3D print that's just a hassle.
That's what I was wondering, like how you got the design. So I saw you started doing these for order. You can order them.
Yeah, they're pre-order right now.
It's like all the design going to be printed with that same style. Like
so it's just going to be a standard box. I just put the Shining on there because I wanted it to look
you're not going to offer that.
So much work.
This is a lot of work.
Because at first I was going to 3D print them all. And I was like, no, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
Now I can upload the files of the 3D printed version so people can print their own. But
it's like a vinyl wrap.
Yeah.
You just stick it on.
Vinyl wrap, or even if you want to 3D print the plastic, you could glue it on. But I wasn't going to 3D print all those and do vinyl. That's just a lot of work. That's why I open source it too. I was like, you guys go ham, design and customize as much as you want. That's the whole point, right?
Right. And that still kind of brings traffic your way. Like if people design some like their own really custom, cool looking stuff, it'll come back your way.
Yeah, because we put on the file factor and I go, if you guys do any modifications, any really cool stuff, send me the file and I'll just put it with all the other files. So that way it just keeps expanding.
Right.
And I hope people do it because I think it'll be cool.
You host that like on your own website?
Yeah. Yep.
You just host it at home, or you got like a...
No, we go through...
Google Cloud.
Yeah, something
DigitalOcean.
Not Google Cloud, but somebody else. I can't
Oracle.
remember.
You host it somewhere.
Yep.
I'm going down that rabbit hole kind of because I had set up the website for the podcast and I want to set up... I shouldn't say this out loud, but it's a good idea. But it's not really like... It might be unique.
Yeah.
But not anymore. So...
Not anymore. It's out there now.
It's going to be out there. So I'm like thinking about... So you can make like a, Ellen URL.
Yeah.
Like the lightning invoices that you can do. Well, you can take if you run Ellen bits.
Yep.
You can take Ellen bits and then you can connect it to like a lightning node backend. Yep. You can connect it to your own lightning node, but like that's a lot of work. It's actually not, but like getting the channel liquidity management is really more of what I don't want to deal with.
That's why you just buy a couple big ass channels.
Yeah,
like what I had to do with the Geyser fundraiser.
Yeah, and they just close them on you if they feel like it.
That's true.
Which has happened to me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They're just like, there's nothing stopping you.
That's why you got to find some good people.
Yeah. You will. Yeah. Wait, you're saying trust?
Verify the person you want to do this with
don't
first.
Verify, but trust. Okay. Got it. Yeah, no, I mean, totally. But anyway, I was using like Ellen Pay, I think, or OpenNode. There's a few of them.
Okay. Yeah. OpenNode.
OpenNode's KYC though. Ellen Pay isn't. Anyway, you make an Ellen URL, like hook it up to Lightning Node backend, make these like 50 sat Ellen URL invoices that are refillable like 100 times. You can scan it. And there's a 30-minute delay on like every time that you can. But here's the thing.
Hold on.
Use a redirect URL. Redirects to valuestack.xyz, turns it into QR codes, puts the QR codes in stickers, put them on lampposts. Someone who scans the sticker, says free Bitcoin and text under it. Yeah. Scan it, you accept the Ellen URL, it makes you download a Lightning wallet in order to do it. And then if you actually successfully clean the Bitcoin, it redirects your browser to the website and says...
everybody's going to take that idea now. That's pretty smart.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's why I'm going to cut it out of this recording.
I'm not going to tell anybody else that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I wonder if anybody else is actually doing that.
I don't think so.
Because there's like...
Not with the Bitcoin aspect. I mean, certainly with like the, just the QR codes and all, but the Bitcoin invoice aspect is like, I don't think so.
Ellen Bits is such a good tool.
It's so lightweight too. I was trying to spin up
it's like a powerhouse of shit
tools, and it's awesome. Like also Python too, so it's like really lightweight code. It hardly took up any space on the server, but I couldn't get the subdomain of my website to host it. Like I was trying to reverse proxy the service to a subdomain like wallet.xy value stack. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I like took the website, I took the blog down on accident, which like I'm trying to get people to like view the show. So I was like, okay, priorities. Like let's not destroy
Don't do everything at once.
But I'm going to try to get it back up. And then here's the one that's like really like slick, dude.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is like, I told a few people about this, and everyone I've told about this, they're like, bro, you shouldn't tell people about this. But like, I don't actually think it will work as good as I think it will.
Yeah.
So same concept, but you load NFC stickers instead.
Yeah.
And you put them under bars.
Okay.
And you get metal. Like the bars are usually metal.
Yeah.
Like a bar.
Yeah.
You just stick it under the bar. And like somebody's on their phone at the bar, they'll be like 2 foot away from that NFC sticker.
It'll automatically scan it, pop up.
Visit value. Like, what the hell? What's going on?
You could even, I wonder how.
And it's just like, they'll be looking around like, what?
And that's a genius marketing ploy.
That's what I was saying. Guerrilla marketing. But you got to come to find out like NFC doesn't work near metal.
Depends on the sticker.
So you got to get like a metal sticker.
Get the metal one. And they're like 87 cents a pop.
They're expensive as fuck.
I have 500 of them.
Yeah. Oh, well, dude, do you mind just like hooking me up with a couple? No, like seriously. Like,
I can give you a couple of them, yes.
You can only like, I literally need like 2 to test the proof of concept. Because they usually sell them in like packs of like 50. And once I print the QR code or the NFC thing, you program it. You can't reprogram it again once you lock it.
Oh, if you lock the sticker. Yeah.
But you have to lock it. Otherwise they can just change it.
Yep.
Change the URL.
Yep.
So I just wanted to, but anyway,
I can send you a couple stickers. Yeah. I have 500 in the shop.
Yeah, I just need literally like 1 or 2
that are metal
for proof of concept.
For metal ones.
Yeah, because I was reading about it. I was going to order like 500, and then I read that like they don't normally work near metal. So I want to stick them like under bars at like bars.
Yeah.
Like,
the cheap ones that are like 27 cents a pop, they don't work on metal, but you got to get the ones that are like 87.
And I also need to test to make sure that I need to make sure that the invoices aren't too many characters, like the LN URL, because it's got a ton of strings of character data behind it. I need to make sure they're not too large.
So I have 876 kilobyte ones.
Yeah, I think that's plenty.
Because there's like 214 for something.
Are you sure it's not just regular byte, like bytes? It's
maybe
kilobytes.
It is bytes.
I think it's just bytes. It's like 500 bytes. It might be just
bytes. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
But I think that should be
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because I have a whole bunch of those. I've been messing with those too.
I will. In exchange for those, I will give you this idea.
Okay, perfect.
I'll tell you what, I'll do the same thing.
Yep.
But like, I'll have to put some CryptoCloaks ones out there in the wild.
Yeah, those 2, you better put on CryptoCloaks, and then we're good.
Cool.
All right.
You let me know what you wanted to redirect to.
All right, perfect.
That'd be cool. And I was thinking about like having a little like a NFC like debit card or like something like that redirects to the website.
We've been 3D printing cards with NFC stickers in them.
Oh,
you can't tell the stickers are there, but it's a card that says "Scan me for 100 sats."
Okay, I want to order some of these from you.
Okay,
because I want to like when people ask about the podcast, I want to say here, scan this with your phone, and then it like it gives them.
That's perfect. Let's do it.
And instead of like telling them go to valuestack.x, it's like okay,
scan this.
You're telling me to do something.
Yeah,
I'm a human being. Come on,
I don't do that. Just
I don't
let me
do
scan
things.
No, we've been messing with those too.
Yeah, it's cool. No, it's okay. I don't know if I might like cut a lot of this out of the recording actually, but I'll see how I'm feeling later. But
if I really want to give away all this
my secrets, but also like maybe people will go looking for them in the wild. Otherwise,
they probably will.
It might be cool. Maybe worth it.
I mean, I dig the whole market or guerrilla marketing thing. That's cool shit.
John from the MMO show, he and I were talking about. I told him about it because they do that style of like guerrilla marketing with QR codes.
Yeah, it's smart.
And then I was like, dude, okay, but what? NFC,
where their phone just accidentally goes over.
It doesn't redirect to your website, but to a Bitcoin URL, which then redirects to your website only if they fulfill it.
Yeah, if they take the Bitcoin.
And then instead of putting like, because I think their stickers say surrounded by NPCs.
Yeah,
and because it's like it's a really good show. MMO.show.
Okay,
it's not political. If you think the vaccines were crazy, then the vaccine mandates were crazy, then you'll probably agree with this. Their thoughts.
Yeah, which they were.
Yeah, so. Right. Then you'll agree with the show.
Okay, perfect.
And I share that belief. Anyway, there goes my monetization. So John was saying, it's like, it says surrounded by NPCs, and it's in like neon colors, so it's like catches your eye. Yep. And I went and put one for him, but I was like,
NFC stickers,
but like, are they weatherproof? Like, because can I only put them indoors in? I think the bar.
I bet you they would last outside for quite a bit.
Yeah, it was snow and all that too, like rain. It doesn't really rain here.
If you did, so if you put a sticker over the NFC sticker, it would last forever.
Oh, like as a protective, like a clear coating sticker over it.
Well, that, or just have it where you have an actual sticker with like a Bitcoin logo or whatever you want, and it protecting it over, because then you're pretty much waterproofing the sticker even more. Wow,
dude. Yeah, I think we'll just call this.
You owe me for that idea.
Just kidding. we'll call this segment like guerrilla marketing strategies for promoting businesses or something. Do you do any of that kind of stuff? Like, how do you promote CryptoCloaks? I mean, you have a pretty Twitter. Yeah.
I've literally I don't really do much. So I still have our old Etsy store up just for marketing to pull off searches. And then what I do on there is I say, if you want cheaper prices, go to our actual website
instead of
Etsy.
So, but people can still order through it.
Yeah, but we just jack the prices up on Etsy because they take so much. Yeah. And I'm like, if you guys want to save money, come to my actual store.
Literally buy through us.
Yes.
And that's not against their terms.
I don't know. I don't care.
Who cares if they cancel you, right?
Fuck Etsy.
It's just
I'm just using them for fucking marketing.
SEO. It's like, it's just been in the SEO for so long.
Yeah, if Etsy goes away, I don't really care.
Right.
If I get banned, it's like whatever. I got my own store.
Right. That you can connect.
I can do whatever the hell I want with.
Bitcoin. You can get Bitcoin for what you sell it for.
Exactly.
Was that easy to set up? Like your BTC Pay server?
I mean, it takes a little bit to get used to.
Yeah.
Like to go through it all. But honestly, even that has progressed and made it way easier over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Because I fired up 2 new nodes for the US shop and our UK shop.
You have a UK shop?
Yeah, we have a full-blown
Who prints in the
UK? Black Coffee.
Is that the guy's name? Twitter name? Black Coffee?
That's his Twitter handle. He runs the entire...
That's not on his birth certificate.
That's not on the birth certificate or anything. But no, Black Coffee. He runs the entire UK store now.
Is he like an employee of yours, like under the CryptoCloaks, or is it like a totally separate thing?
I mean, it's like he is, but we contracted out to play the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, you gotta play but I mean, like he is like taking direction from you, and like
he's the man. He's running it. So we have all the products and we talk all the time, and he's running the store fully now.
Okay.
Yep.
But does he have different inventory and stuff than you would?
No. So we're slowly combining or moving over. So when we did this whole thing 6 months ago or more to start the UK store, we've done slow rollouts with easier products. And now we're almost 100%. Every product in the US is now in the UK.
Because it's just a nightmare shipping across continents and the customs and
international
whatnot.
Shipping is the worst.
The fees.
The worst. Yeah. Because I have to charge $65 to go anywhere for express shipping to get tracked, or else it just gets lost now. And I had to do that 1.5 to 2 years ago.
Or it just gets lost. Like if you don't pay extra.
Or shit doesn't show up, and then everybody's pissed because the customer, it's taking 1.5 months to get their order.
Right.
There's no real good tracking, and it just takes forever.
Use for fulfillment?
So I do through WooCommerce.
Woo?
Yeah, and we just do USPS labels. But if they're bigger packages, I go through UPS on my own.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. USPS is
the worst, and they just raised their rates by like 5 to 6%. Just like 3 days ago.
Like pretty much that's basically straight to your bottom line, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like almost everything is shipped.
Yep.
Like these little coasters.
Like the problem is, over 2 years ago, I had to start actually charging shipping.
You didn't even charge because it was so cheap before? Or?
Because, and then inflation and everything else. I was like, well, now I have to have people pay for shipping. It sucks. Like free shipping's awesome, but I have to, or else I'll go bankrupt.
Or you like have to have like a certain order threshold.
It's not even worth it. I was just like, you guys are just gonna have to pay shipping. I'm so sorry, but that's the only way I can still run. Shipping is crazy because if orders get lost and I had to pay in shipping and reship an order and the shipping and the labels, I was losing money out. Like 1 month I was losing a lot, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't do it. So I had to like bump up to express only, and the customer has to pay shipping because it's just so unreliable now. Ever since COVID, it's been the worst.
And that's like the thing. Like that's what people don't think about. Like I was commenting earlier about the margins. It's like, oh yeah, well the PLA is cheap for these coasters.
Plastic is the cheapest thing out of everything.
Right. But like the insurance and the mailing and the electricity to run the printers and
it's crazy.
The time and design that you had to learn to make the files, and it's a lot, man. People don't realize what goes on behind the scenes and things a lot.
And the worst part of it is Amazon has ruined every consumer's expectation
of
shipping or receiving items, because they can
snap
like that and it's there.
There's a distribution.
Well, the problem is everything we print is custom,
right?
Like you can choose colors, you can choose custom wording, you can do anything. So I can't automatically just start it. I got order queues.
Right.
And some people are like, hey, where's my order? And they ordered like 24 hours ago. And I'm like, holy shit, I got 60 orders in queue and you got all custom orders. I'm not an Amazon warehouse, man.
So is this like, I mean, I saw you just, congrats, by the way. You just raised the money for the big MF printer.
Yes. I'm so fucking jacked for that. That's going to be intense.
So is that like to help you crank out orders quicker or different types of orders?
That's to do bigger products in the mining space is why I really wanted that. Because the printers that we have are just limited in space.
So you can only print something so big.
Yeah. And if you want to print bigger stuff, you have to divide it, say, in like 4 different parts.
And then connect the pieces like this, right?
It sucks. So I was like, if we want to keep doing this home mining thing, we really need to get a bigger printer. And this thing can do like 2 feet by 2 feet by 2.5 almost.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Did you do it?
Was that me?
No, I think it was mine. Do you, I think these XLR, I joked about, I don't know, like 6 episodes ago.
Yeah.
I joked about buying Ferrari microphones.
Yeah.
With like Kia rims. Or like with Kia XLR cables.
Yep.
Like literally got the cheapest cables. And the cables are like shorting out.
Apparently, because that sounded weird. I was like, oh God, what's that mean?
Yeah, you know, it's like because I talked and my voice cut out.
Oh.
Yeah, that was me. Shit, what were you saying?
Oh, the big printer.
Yeah, do you have like a thing that you already have planned, like first thing you're printing on it? Can you talk about that? Like,
God, everybody keeps asking what the first print is, and I'm trying to debate on what it is. So
a dildo?
No, I don't want to print a giant dildo. But
it would shut up the haters.
It would. Or
it would stop them from asking. They'd be like, I told you, it's a dildo.
I told you. No, I kind of want to print a giant Bitcoin grenade.
Oh, it was close. I thought you were about to say a giant dildo.
I just want to kind of print a giant dildo. I knew it.
Not just a regular one.
Just a giant one. No, I want to print grenade. So we have a Bitcoin grenades, and I kind of want to print this freaking giant 2.5 foot one.
I should have had to bring one of those too.
Yeah, I probably should.
That's a prop I need in my life. That's a set prop.
That is a set prop. You should.
Next time. Right. I mean, you don't live that far. Next time.
That's 40 minutes. As long as I don't get in a car accident again, I'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, can't.
I know you can't promise that.
Can't account for the Subaru drivers of Colorado.
Yeah.
She was driving a Subaru or 4Runner, one of the two.
Yep.
It's only 2 cars here.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, dude, I want to make a trip up to the factory.
To the factory
someday if your wife's okay with having guests at some point. I'd just love to see the. I've seen cool. Like how you do like the Christmas lights and they're all synchronized with the music and everything, dude.
That's funny.
That's amazing, dude. You got some home automation.
I love LEDs, man. Yeah. So I just like programmed them in. I was like, why not have LEDs showing off all the printers?
Yeah,
it's cool as shit.
Do you have like a live stream of them? Just printing?
Do. We have a 24-hour live stream on one printer, but I haven't had it running for like the last month because shit happened.
Oh,
like the computer died, and I was like. I got better stuff to do right now.
I learned how to do a virtual machine this morning.
Oh, nice.
Like that's what I was doing like in preparation for our episode instead of like watching your interview with Marty. So I didn't ask the same questions.
I didn't even look at your to-do list. So that was a fail on my part.
It's all right. I'm staring at it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was learning how to do like a virtual machine with a hypervisor, if that. Okay. And like, because what I want to do is create a separate machine on my machine that's like a isolated environment. Yeah. And then have that thing be a dedicated server on the.
That's perfect.
Like internally, like a NAS network attached storage, but because I don't really want to buy like a whole. Dude, because I got like a gaming computer and I don't game anymore.
I have like 7 or 8 computers.
Dude, that's why I was like, I have all these computers and I never get rid of them. And as I'm getting into like self-hosting and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make that, and I'm gonna make this. Like we have a Raspberry Pi. On my hooked up to my TV at home, like in my living room.
What are you running with it?
Google Trends. That's all it is. 24/7. It just shows the things that are trending on Google.
Oh my God! Why do you have that?
As a screensaver, it's just like what's going on in the world. I think it's cool.
I mean, it's awesome, but I just hate the news. So Google's just shoving trash news in front of you 24/7. Like, that does not sound enjoyable. I'd rather have like nice pictures or something.
It just does this, and it like will literally just show you like it changes every couple seconds.
Liverpool versus
and then Chelsea, probably. Chelsea. Yeah, it just keeps me like I'm like like when
at least it's not just like
when Chadwick Boseman died. It was like Chadwick Boseman, and I was like, what happened to him? And I was like, oh shit. Guess there's no third.
All right, that's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was just like
that. I don't know what
the hell is that?
That's Arabic. It looks like.
Yeah, but what did that say?
It looks like the Cleveland Cavaliers. Man.
I don't think that's what that said.
Yeah, well, it didn't because I couldn't read it. But anyway, I got this running. And then, well, actually what I had was mempool.space running.
Yeah, see, that's cool.
Yeah, that was. And then like nobody gives a shit about the mempool. And like my roommate would have like people over.
People don't give a shit until they have
People cared more about the Google Trends background than the mempool. I thought the mempool was way cooler.
I care about the mempool a lot.
I'm always looking at the mempool.
Yeah, especially for transactions.
Bitfeed. And it's like,
oh yeah, that one's cool.
That's actually what I had. I had Bitfeed.
Okay, that one's cool.
And I was a self-hosted version of it. And and it was like, look, I just broadcast. There's my transaction. You know, and it's like, yeah. And then I made Google Trends because like it wasn't that cool.
Yeah.
But there's like all kinds of little cool projects you can do. Like I've got a pi hole.
Yeah, pi holes are awesome.
Yeah,
everybody should run them. Yeah, everybody should run a pi hole.
You just need to change your DNS.
Yeah.
Which I'm like learning all this stuff, dude. It's like amazing because I come from like a finance, like economics background.
Technological.
And that's like how I got into Bitcoin was like the economics, like the 21 million, the sound money, you can't produce any more of it. Like, okay, you're like guaranteed supply schedule that I can understand. Like, but now I'm like really getting, I mean, I was a gamer too, right? So like I'm getting in all the like server and hosting.
Dude, that stuff's so fun though. I love it. I love Raspberry Pis and any other random projects you can do with that stuff.
That's how I first found out about you, like 2 years ago.
Hell yeah.
I built my first piece of content that I put out in the Bitcoin space was how to build an Umbrel node.
Hell yeah.
And I saw you were making custom cases for them.
Yeah, buddy. Awesome.
And I was like, who is this CryptoCloaks guy? And you weren't even in Colorado at that time.
No, that was Minnesota still.
Yeah. And I didn't get one, but because I was like, damn, I'm already dropping a lot of money on this node. Man. And it was like, I was doing it for no reason. It was like an altruistic thing. Yeah. But they were sick looking.
No, I love those cases.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they got the like Bitcoin machine one, the metal.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about like expanding your like material arsenal to like CNC like metal stuff? Or?
I have. I just need an actual plot of land.
Yeah, with you need like a warehouse at that point. Yeah.
I'm out of space, man.
Is there a certain like danger that's involved with printing stuff like that, or is it all pretty safe?
No, it's all safe. I mean, you don't really have to worry about fires. And if you're really paranoid, you just buy one of those little CO2 bombs and hang it over your printer. And that way, if there's a fire, it just goes off and extinguishes it.
Oh, really? Oh.
But there's stuff built into the software now that's to protect thermal runaway, which is where the hot end just keeps heating up till max until it starts burning and starts stuff on fire. It's all written to the software to shut it off now.
Good.
I mean, back in the day where with like ANET A8 printers, yeah, they were starting on fire and nothing was doing it because that's old tech now.
How much of these machines improved just in general? Like
night and day.
Yeah.
Is
the manufacturing precision a lot higher than it used to be?
I would say the quality is the print quality and speed.
What do you mean by like what's a example of poor print quality?
Layer lines, or you have blobs, zits, every other little defect in the 3D printing aspect.
Like rough, like it just isn't smooth,
or missed infills, or I don't know. I wish I had
just imperfections.
Yeah, imperfections of the print.
Well, so like the design says this, but it didn't actually print it
because something else happened, right?
Okay.
And then nowadays, shit is just printers are so fast.
Yeah,
so fast, and the quality is right there with I don't know some of the slower ones. And it's crazy.
This big printer that you're getting, can you still print like all the small stuff on it? Or
you technically can.
Is it print any better? The small stuff better?
It'll print just as good as the other ones. It's just a large form factor. And the hot end actually can handle like up to 500 C. So you can do even crazier plastics and stuff.
How hot when it prints the PLA on your normal one?
PLA is probably, we print at 215.
That's hot. So you wouldn't touch that.
No, that's 215 C. I can't even tell you how my fair hot end.
That would like melt into your hands.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, don't touch that.
You've done it.
Yeah, obviously.
For fun or an accident?
Obviously not for fun.
You thought it was it was cool.
No, it sucks like every now and then when you're trying to like do something around the printer and you forget the hot end is on and heated and you touch it and you're like, shit.
A hot end?
The hot end is like the part that actually melts the plastic down.
Oh,
to bring it to like a liquid form almost. Print it and then it cools as it comes out the nozzle.
Can you reuse PLA? No. Huh?
I mean, you can grind it up, re-extrude it, and bring it back to that 1.75 millimeter diameter like we talked about earlier.
Right.
You have to have equipment for that.
So you could.
You could, yeah, absolutely. And I want to do that. It's just, I don't have the space. I'm out of space.
Yeah, that's next bull market.
Yeah.
When you get a warehouse.
Next bull market, I plan on buying some land and building a huge shop.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The exchange rate Bitcoin to land is pretty shit right now, though.
It's not good, but I just want some land.
Like,
I need it. I'm out.
I know, dude. That's what I'm like too. I'm like, it doesn't matter how many coins you got if like you have nowhere to be. Like at a certain point, certain things are like so valuable. Like
I just want land to get away from everything.
Get away
and if I can have a shop there in a small house, that's a dream right there. Up in the mountains.
Yep.
That's where I retire.
That's me too, dude. Same, man. I grew up in the South and I'm like trying to move out into the mountains and I want to buy a house in the mountains. I'm not buying a house in the South. But I'm not going to buy a house in the mountains right now because it's like $1 million.
It's stupid right now.
Or like, 50 Bitcoin for a single home. And I'm like, bro, there's only like 50 Bitcoin. Like there can't be, that price is impossible to sustain.
Yeah, it's not.
Like houses can't be more than like a fraction of a Bitcoin. Like a couple 100,000 sats, a million sats, a couple million sats.
That'd be cool. That's the day when I start buying houses.
That's when you get that warehouse.
That's when I get that land warehouse and stuff.
No, that's when you like, I mean, shit. I don't know. You don't have any Bitcoin, you said, but
yeah, I don't.
That's like you have a county at that point.
No, it's true.
CryptoCloaks County.
Yep. We got warehouses for everything.
Is PLA beads.
Yeah, right.
I have all the Bitcoin. You guys use PLA beads, peasants. I do get wonder, like I do wonder, like, well, all of the like altruistic Bitcoiners, and this is why Matt, we were talking about almost sats, like, are all the altruistic Bitcoiners going to eventually become so rich if Bitcoin works out like they think it will, and like recreate the same damn system that they fought their whole life to usurp?
I hope not.
I think
I don't plan on doing that.
I don't think
I plan on living my own life as far away from people, close enough to family, but far enough with enough land, and I could just chill and do my own thing and not get bothered.
Give me some land, some kids.
I think that's what separates like some Bitcoiners, right?
A spouse that doesn't fight with me. Like,
I mean, that's going to happen no matter what. By the way,
well, yeah,
you'll always fight
about Bitcoin.
Okay,
actually,
I mean, they'll still do that.
I think at that point, it's impossible.
I don't know who this person is, but they sound pretty unrealistic.
Good luck. It's like, sorry, did you say you're not going to discuss money with your spouse? Because Bitcoin won't be Bitcoin at that point. It'll just be money.
It'll be just money.
And there's no marriage where conversations about money don't exist.
You're always going to have that. Yeah. But no, man, I just want to retire in the mountains.
Yeah.
And by retire, I mean do exactly what I'm doing.
Right. So you're retired already.
I guess.
You're just not in the mountains.
I mean, if I retire, I'd probably let other people run the day to day and I'd just sit in the back and design cool shit and put it on the file factory. That's retiring to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's, I mean, dude, a lot of what I do now is like, I help people who have way more Bitcoin than me, right? Like figure out how to protect them. And like, that is like, and sometimes I have to like, I'm like, I get paid to do this. Like, this is amazing. Like,
that's awesome.
I am retired. Like, cause I would probably be doing this for free. Don't tell don't tell the people who pay my checks.
You might want to cut this out.
No, Jameson and Nick do not watch this podcast. I promise you. I hope not.
I'm going to tell him to now and be like, hey, he said he'd work for free.
He said he'd work
pretty much retired.
No, I joked. I joked with our CEO about that. I was like, dude, honestly, I just am really happy and like love my job. And I'm like really thankful to be here. And like,
there you go, man.
And he's like, okay, so what's coming? And I'm like, no, dude.
No, I'm just telling you, I'm one of the few people that actually enjoy what they do.
Like I tell customers all the time, I'm like, I like my job.
Yeah.
Like I like being in an industry where I feel like my ethics are aligned with my work. And
that's a big thing.
When I was a financial advisor, like slinging bonds and stocks and mutual funds and stuff, dude, it's like, sure, like maybe, people feel certain ways about like the, ETH announcements and stuff, but like I'm helping people take self-custody of Bitcoin. And that's like what I get paid to do. Yeah. Like some people like literally sit there like at counter, like do jobs they absolutely despise. Like is every single aspect of every part of everything exactly how I want it? No. Just like you're saying, like that girl that you're thinking about sounds unrealistic as hell. Like she doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
It's like the fact that I get paid to do something that aligns with 99.999% of my ethos is like, it's a privilege.
That's
dude.
a win,
like,
man.
It's retirement, basically.
Trust me, I'm grateful for what I have right now.
Yeah. No, it's
amazing.
And you find that so much within the Bitcoin space. You find people who really just genuinely, I mean, look, we all got to take care. We're all trying to stack Bitcoin, except for you, because you don't have any.
Yep.
But like So you need to take care of your family and like support yourself. But like we would be, if money wasn't a thing, I probably would be well, I don't know if I would be talking about.
If money wasn't a thing, I'd be up in the mountains.
Right. Well, I don't know if I'd be talking about Bitcoin if money wasn't a thing, because Bitcoin wouldn't be a thing.
If money wasn't a thing, you'd probably be in a concentration camp or something like that, working for the government 24/7. So
right. Which is
why we have Bitcoin.
Which I thought that was basically what we do. That's your income.
Wage slaves, man.
That's a great song by All Shall Perish.
Oh yeah, that is a song.
It's on my gym playlist. Like,
I mean, it's true though. If you think about it, like if you don't like your job, right? You're wasting half your day every day.
That's it. And I realize that
that's the most depressing thing ever. And I think why, as a Bitcoiner, it's amazing to have what we have.
Completely.
Because I'm not wasting my life away.
No, dude. In your time,
I get to work in amazing spaces and design cool shit. Like if you work in Bitcoin, I don't think you're wasting your time.
If you're and even if you like what you're doing, you're not wasting your time.
It's true. It's just,
and if you're trading your time for money that can't be printed out from under you, then you're not wasting your time.
100%.
So if you're doing both, if you're trading your time as something you like doing anyway, and then also trading it for something that can't be devalued later on, now you're going to be able to get more time back in the future. I spoke to someone who's a retiree not too long ago, and like had a really astute understanding of this. Like they were like successful advisor in their past, and whereas like some of the happiest people I've seen is the people who find the right balance and
that's key,
and where on the scale they are. Because when you're young, you have tons of time and no money. Yep. When you're old, you have tons of money and no time. And he says where I see people go wrong is that
when you work until you're 70, 78 and you can't enjoy your money.
Correct.
Most depressing thing ever.
Realize where they are on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Like if you're 40, you should be paying people to do shit to save you time. If you're 20, you shouldn't be.
You should be doing that shit
yourself.
If
you're 70, the only thing you better be spending on your time on is things you like. You
should be enjoying life, doing whatever the hell makes you happy, 100%. And
if it's work and you enjoy it, then it's not really work, right?
That's what you are. Yeah,
like my dad is like a cattle rancher, and he's like almost in his 70s.
Yeah.
And he can't, move around like he used to.
No.
And I'm like, dude, why do you do this to yourself? And he's like,
brutal. Does he love it though?
He's like, what else am I gonna do?
See, I mean, I get it, because a big thing too is that if you don't have any hobbies and you retire,
that's it.
You're going to drive yourself. You're just going to drink yourself to insanity.
Right. Well, he was a contractor. I was like, dude, I got a great idea. Let's build a Bitcoin mining operation. And he was like, I'm good.
Nah.
Sounds like a scam.
Yeah. The old Ponzi scheme.
No,
that's awesome. I think about that shit all the time. And I'm really lucky that I got to do like CryptoCloaks full time.
Yeah, man. And because you keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's
I don't plan on ever stopping. I don't want to ever go back to the corporate world. I don't think I could ever handle it. I'd probably get fired immediately.
No, I mean, after all this shit I've said on this podcast, I'm never getting hired by another job again.
Yeah.
Not outside of Bitcoin, at least.
No, 100%. I'm stuck to the Bitcoin space. But that's okay with me.
But like a Bitcoin company might be like, dude, you're exactly well, I already have a job. I have a job. So what are we talking about? I'm gonna be a career cosser. It's good to like find a place you feel good about. Whether it's like,
I think that's very important. Like, because I feel bad for the people that don't have that.
Dude, I hated Merrill Lynch. My first job was at Merrill Lynch. I hated it. Really? And I was like, I'm making a lot of money, and I was like,
that's a problem.
It's amazing, Rick, because I thought that was like what I wanted.
Everybody like.
When I got out of college,
money is the most important thing. It never is.
That's the rabbit hole, because like
it sucks.
You like think money is what's important, and then you realize the fucking money is bullshit.
Yeah, and the craziest part is
not even just the money.
You don't even start thinking like this until you get in Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like I was like, not only is a love of money or the wrong, like caring about money is the wrong path. But also, especially this money's trash.
Yeah, US dollars worthless.
It's trash. It's
so you're like trying to gain all this.
I felt so jaded and like disappointed and like devastated, dude. I used some of these same words in the Tatum interview because we were talking about. It's like when you realize it's like, what the fuck? Like, I've been trading my finite time that I can never get back. For nothing. For literally nothing. It's worthless. They print it out of thin air. It means nothing. And tomorrow it could be worth nothing.
Yeah. Time is the rarest thing on the planet.
I'm only hoping that you or somebody else still takes their finite time for this worthless thing in the future. I'm banking on the Ponzi that you won't figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you wouldn't sell me your time or for it. Dude, when you realize that, it's like, oh.
It kind of opens your eyes and you go, what the hell? Like the world is just fucked up because it's just, like I said, wage slaves sitting in a cubicle, wasting away. And that's what the government wants, right?
I agree with that in a way. Like I really do.
They're programming you to be a drone in an office space. They don't give a shit about you enjoying life. They want you to work there for 70 years in a cubicle and hating your life, going home. And then when you're like all depressed, they'll just pump you up on meds and make even more money off of you.
Dude, I know. It's like, so I quit drinking. That was all part of the same realization.
I definitely cut back a lot.
When I realized that I was miserable because I was spending half my life doing something I hated that I didn't feel aligned with my morals. Yeah. Then I realized that I felt so bad about that internally that after that was over every day, I had to go shut it off. And, and it was just like so in me every day that I couldn't just shut it off. So I had to go literally take a chemical to shut it off for me. Yeah. And then I would wake up in the morning feeling worse. And then like it would just compound and compound and compound.
Man. But that's what they want.
Holy shit, I'm just stuck in this maze.
Yeah. See, for me, I was just drinking a lot of beer because I hate drinking pure water, like plain water.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste. I mean, it's good.
Sparkling water is my shit now.
So dude. I drink like LaCroix and stuff like that over beer.
But those actually dehydrate you because of the sodium.
Yeah, I know, but they're tasty.
Yeah, they do taste better.
But
you can't tell me it dehydrates you. It's mostly water.
It's water.
It's water, bro.
No, I used to just drink a lot of beer because I was thirsty.
What else do you do in Minnesota?
Oh, we did live on a lake, so that was nice.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of lakes out there.
10,000 plus.
Land of lakes.
Fun fact of the day. Did you know Wisconsin has more lakes than Minnesota, but Minnesota makes more cheese than Wisconsin?
How are those related at all?
Oh, well, if you know, I guess maybe you won't know. If you're in Minnesota,
it's Wisconsin, land of the lakes.
We're land of 10,000 lakes, and Wisconsin is known for their cheese. But it's actually opposite.
Okay.
Fun fact for the Midwest.
Okay.
Apparently you guys don't understand that here. I'm not even going to get in the debate of Midwest.
This is the Midwest.
Colorado's not the Midwest.
Dude, I agree. We're the West. We're the Mountain West.
Yeah.
We're where the West begins.
I remember battling about this with Adam O.
Yeah.
He was like, we're Midwest. And I was like, you're not, man. No. Minnesota.
Why would he want that? He's from Colorado. Why would he be like, we're from the Midwest? No, dude.
It was so funny.
Like, why are you arguing for that? He's like trying to steel man that argument, you know? Like, dude.
It was funny. I was like, no, Midwest that's definitely Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah. Colorado's not Midwest. I'm sorry, Coloradoans.
It's all right. Nobody's from Colorado anyway.
I know.
Like,
that's so insane.
Very few people.
I think that still boggles my mind. Uh-oh. What happened?
No, I was just checking the time. You're good.
That's probably a long podcast.
An hour and a half, I think it says right now.
Oh, okay, it's not terrible. I'm just chatting. It's fun.
That's what I was trying to see, like where like, you know, kind of slowly land the plane eventually.
I got you.
No, so we're Colorado. Nobody's from here.
Yeah,
like no one's from here. Transplants, but like not surprising because you and I both were like, the mountains are tight. I'm trying to move up to the mountains, get away from everybody. Irony is like everybody's trying to get away from everybody in the same place and be right next to each other again.
I know. It's just like, damn it. I'm gonna have to probably go back to Minnesota or like South Dakota.
Yeah, ain't nobody. You don't ever hear anybody being like, I can't wait to move to Minnesota. Even the -30 winters.
I love that, man. Call me crazy. I do love the cold. I'm glad we're actually getting snow this year here because we've been here for a year and a half, and when we first got here, we didn't have snow till end of December, and I was telling the wife, this is depressing as fuck.
Yeah.
Where the hell is the snow? I love the snow.
It really doesn't snow that much in Denver. It's the mountains that it snows a lot more.
I mean, even in Loveland, we're finally getting a bunch of snow this year. And I'm like, yes, thank God.
The Front Range itself just doesn't get just the Front Range in general. Yeah. I mean, it gets snow like to someone who's from like
the mountains get feet.
Yeah, the mountains,
awesome.
Yeah,
so she's like, well, if you really want snow, we can go up into the mountains. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'd like to have it be a white Christmas.
Right.
The brown Christmas last year was the most depressing thing ever.
What do you mean brown Christmas?
Like a year and a half ago when there was no snow. It was brown. Grass was dead. Trees, no leaves.
I was like, dude, every Christmas is a brown Christmas. It's just a bunch of homeless waste and shit packed in the snow.
Okay, mine wasn't that depressing. Like, dude, mine was literally, I call it a brown Christmas when there's no snow.
Yeah, I haven't seen a white Christmas, bro. I've seen like a gray, black, and brown one though every year, man.
I'm dying. No, I guess maybe that's just
you got the white Christmas out in Loveland, dude. In downtown, we ain't got we got yellow Christmas.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's why I stay out of here.
That and the car wrecks, bro.
Yeah, that too.
there's no reckless drivers out in the mountains when there's no cars.
It's so nice.
Nobody can rear end you.
It's beautiful out there, so I'm not mad.
Do you have like a certain area in Colorado? Like you're trying. Cause Wyoming's nice too. Better taxes, but it's not. They don't have the mountains. They do have the mountains.
Do they have mountains like this? I haven't seen them.
Go northwest Wyoming. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I haven't been there.
Oh yeah. You go to like.
I guess that would make sense.
Jackson Hole. Wyoming.
Okay, Jackson Hole. Yes.
The Wyoming, like the Rockies, kind of go like northwest. So like they pretty much traverse all of Colorado, but as you go north.
Oh yeah, shit. Duh.
So like it only is like that tip of Wyoming.
Okay.
Like the eastern part of Wyoming's all flat plains, but
yeah, that's
like
what I was thinking.
Northwest Wyoming by Idaho and all.
Okay. Beautiful.
It's pretty, dude.
I probably know that because I think I've driven that route before.
Yellowstone.
Is that where the canyon is?
Yellowstone National Park.
No, not Yellowstone. That massive freaking canyon. No, that's in Colorado.
Which canyon?
I don't know. Some big ass one.
The Black Gorge Canyon or something?
I can't remember.
The Black Canyon. I think it's called Black Canyon.
Maybe. Is it? Okay, yeah.
Black Canyon of Gunnison.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
Black Canyon of Gunnison National Park.
That was amazing.
Yeah, we went to whitewater rafting there through Gunnison.
Oh, that'd be fucking nuts.
The Arkansas River, which is not, it was in Colorado.
Yeah.
Not Arkansas. Just like the Mississippi River's in Louisiana, but it's in all bunch of states. It's in Minnesota.
I was going to say it goes right through
literally all the way.
Yeah.
We have that in common.
Yeah.
I grew up at the bottom. You grew up at the mouth of the, you grew up at the top of the Mississippi.
The clean part of the Mississippi.
And we
enjoy all the trash on the way down.
Yeah, it's like, have fun with my ways, dude. Dude, New Orleans is gross. Gross. Like, not because of the Mississippi.
You grew up in New Orleans?
Yeah. My whole life.
Oh, I'm guessing you talked to Rob about that. I haven't watched your guys' podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, God.
You didn't read the topic list either, so I'm not surprised.
I don't know if I was supposed to dox him. Cut that out if I wasn't.
No, we talked about New Orleans. Okay. Tatum lives in New Orleans. Tatum Turner.
Does he?
Yeah.
He lives in New Orleans?
Well,
shit, I didn't know
I'm
that.
not going to dox where he actually lives, but like.
No, that's fine.
He lives in New Orleans area. Like,
don't dox him. Cut that out if you need to.
No.
I hate talking about locations.
To New Orleans, like the NOLA Bitcoin. No, we talked about that. We talked about New Orleans
as long as you covered it in the show.
I wouldn't have mentioned it if we didn't. No. Same with Rob.
Shit, I didn't know he was out there.
Yeah. Okay. He's like one of the founding people of the NOLA Bitcoin meetup. They just started like 4 or 5 months ago.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next time I'm down there.
Nice.
If it's like I'm gonna try to plan my trip to go.
Like go to one.
Yeah,
or just have them do one when you're out there.
Like, I don't know. New Orleans, the city, and New Orleans, the culture are very different. Like,
yeah.
Like, dude, the New Orleans Bitcoin meetup probably fun as hell because like people party down there.
Yeah. No, I've heard some stories from Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But like, it's a different world down there. I mean, like, you don't hear people wanting to move down there either. It's a hot.
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, the electricity's cheap though.
If I can't have all 4 seasons, I'm not going to move there.
Oh, there's one season.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
Well, it's hotter.
Fuck that.
There's a second season. Hotter.
I need snow. No matter where I live, I'll need snow.
See, I never really, I guess because I didn't grow up with it.
I grew up with it all the time.
I don't really like the cold, dude. I don't like the heat.
I don't mind it.
I don't like the heat. Like the New Orleans heat is brutal, and the humidity on top of that heat is unbearable. Like it's not pleasant, especially in like 9 months out of the year. But like,
I could see that.
In the winter, it's fine.
In the winter,
it's fine.
Wow, great.
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like,
it's like going to visit my grandparents.
Like, dude, when it's cold and dry, I mean, it's not as bad when it's dry, but I don't know, man. When it's really cold, like my fingertips get cold, and I'm
Jesus, that's why they have gloves.
Well, whatever. You're right.
I mean, you can enjoy the cold all the time.
You're telling me that they created shoes so that when you would step on things,
it's like socks for your hands and stuff. So it's crazy.
Socks for your hands.
They'll keep your fingers warm, man. So that way you can go hiking in the mountains when it's snowy.
Yeah, but then how are you going to operate your phone?
They have little pads on them that you can even operate your phone with, even with your gloves on. Welcome to the future. Yeah, gotcha. Checkmate.
All right. Well,
but no, you should do some mountain hiking up in the mountains.
Like during the winter.
Yes, we just got done doing one in.
I got 2 weeks ago. Waterproof. I got some waterproof hiking boots. Some Merrell boots. Those should be.
Yeah, we just got spikes for ours because if they are so freaking nice. Dude, holy shit!
I'm so like
game changer.
You got spikes on the.
Yeah, they're just like
attach in.
Oh, you just put like they expand it on your shoe. And they're like metal spikes. Man, they give you grip.
Walking around here, it's dangerous, man. Like I slip on the ice.
I'm not talking about downtown Denver icy streets here. I'm talking up in the mountains on trails, man.
Where it's slush.
Where it actually matters.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I need that for here.
Yeah,
Dude, I ate shit on the sidewalk, man. No, this is...
No, I get that too.
You're overestimating my competence, bro. I literally ate shit on the sidewalk. Not good.
Yeah, it's not
Landed
good.
on my hand, too.
You should get spikes for downtown Denver.
Yeah.
I'll just laugh at you, but it's cool.
It's multi-purpose, too. Could go in self-defense.
Yeah. I mean, you can kick people and they'll hurt. They dig in there.
Yeah. I wasn't going to kick them. I was going to well, I guess you can't really take it off.
I mean, you could if you want to waste time.
Yeah, but by the time you realize you need to take this shoe off and then use it as a self-defense thing, it's too late. You're right.
You're already done.
That's, yeah.
But yeah, man.
Your best bet's always state. Lil Wayne used to
if I lived downtown Denver, I'd carry a gun all the time.
Always strapped.
Straight up.
There was a New Orleans rap song called Always Strapped when I hit the club.
If I lived in any big city like this, I would always carry.
Oh, yeah, right?
Oh, you mean this?
No, they don't want that in this building, probably.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, dude, it's a dangerous world out there. It is. But guns don't stop encryption.
No, they don't.
But they do stop.
They'll stop people from even getting in the house. They stop you and from getting in the house. And yeah, man, crazy. There's like a lot of. I feel like it's very polarizing, like that debate. Like, there's people who are like, I mean, and I actually share it. Like, statistics, dude, I don't like guns. I don't like guns. We're then complete opposites because I print them.
Well,
fire them all the time.
No. Let me elaborate.
Okay.
I don't like guns in that I know that the most likely person to die from a gun is the owner. It's statistics true.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
However,
there's a lot of dumb gun owners, but
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's true. I don't even know if
that's just human capacity. There are a lot of dumb drivers too.
That's not the gun's fault. That's the fucking people's fault.
Yeah,
but it's like obviously, I think, well, maybe not obviously, because a lot of people have this belief. Like, people think people should ban guns, and it's like, cool, because the criminals care whether guns are banned or not.
That's the biggest joke ever.
Right. Like, okay, so what you're stopping is the law-abiding people from owning guns.
And then you're screwing the good people up.
Right.
Over.
But, personally, I think that, in a perfect world, I wish guns didn't exist because, I think violence is...
They're too fun to shoot.
Well...
You ever go to a range and just start shooting?
That's the thing. It's but there is a purpose for guns other than violence against humans, right? There's self-defense against animals. There's hunting.
Yeah.
And people got to eat. We're talking about turkeys in the very beginning, right?
Yeah.
If you're not having Jennie-O kill 10,000 turkeys a minute, you got to go hunt your own turkey. And guess what? You're not doing it with your bare hands.
No, a gun is going to help you.
Yeah, it's going to help you.
Yep.
So it's interesting that this state particularly too is so polarizing because you go to Western Colorado, Mountain Colorado,
I know.
and there's gun-toting central out there.
And that's why we're there.
Right. And you go in Denver and it's
we hate guns.
But there's literally been so many shootings in downtown.
Oh, weird.
It's
weird that they don't like guns here, but the criminals don't care. And they still have guns and shoot people.
It's crazy, isn't it? And then the cops can't chase them either.
That's why I stopped watching news, man. It's just a joke. Yeah. Clown world everywhere.
This is the news.
This is the news.
Bitcoin podcast.
Yeah, this and Bitcoin podcasts are all my news that I need.
I mean, that's truly where I learn most of my current events from.
Sure.
Through a perspective of some Bitcoiner on Twitter. Yeah.
My wife will show me something a week later. She goes, "Did you see this?" I go, "Oh man, you guys are so behind." We talked about that months ago.
Long time ago.
It's funny.
It's like Chat GPT. Yeah, right. That was November.
That was a long time ago.
My profile pic is way out of date at this point. That was 3 versions ago. It doesn't even look like me anymore.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. I think we covered most of this stuff. Open source. Maybe did I ask you about how do you kind of balance between we did talk about that. The open source and profit motive.
Dude, we covered a lot of shit and a lot of random stuff too.
That's usually,
which is good. I like it. I like this, man. This is what actually makes podcasts interesting, right? Not all just technical jargon.
Yeah.
I like watching people that I actually know and listening to them just rant on bullshit.
Right. Because dude, anything you want to know about Bitcoin, go look on Bitcoin Talk or on one of the many, many technical places that you can learn about Bitcoin. Yeah. This is not that.
No. If you want to learn technicals or anything, BTC Sessions is your man. I'll give him a little shout out.
Yeah, no.
Because that dude's videos for tutorials are the one-stop shop of anything you need. So if anybody asks me a question, I'm go check him out.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really good ones. I actively try to scour through the videos that he hasn't made and see where I can fill the gaps.
Yeah. You gotta be quick.
When I did, I know, dude.
Because he's always coming out with new tutorials, man.
I saw him at Bitcoin 2021.
Yeah.
Gosh, that was like 2 years ago now.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Time flies.
I saw him there and I was like, I had made the first video was like how to build an umbral. And he hadn't made like that umbral video.
And then he did.
And then he did.
With one of my cases.
And it got way more views. And then he still hasn't done one on watchtowers. And you're welcome for filling that gap for Lightning nodes.
Do you have that?
I have a video. Shit. It's the only.
You might want to tweet it out because I don't think anybody's ever seen it.
Fuck you, dude. No one's ever seen it.
I have never seen any.
2,000 people have seen it.
Okay. Oh wow, my bad.
400 people have seen it. But I'm just saying,
I've never seen on my feed anybody talking about watchdogs. So you got to promote that shit. Watchtowers. You're gonna promote that shit a little bit more because that's not out there.
Because I had a large like Lightning capacity node, and I was kind of worried about like if my node went offline, if somebody like closed the channel.
Dude, I got fucked on mine. I lost 8 million sats on a node that died. I got to wait I can fix my hard drive, but I'm not going to do that until Bitcoin's all the way up.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to avoid. Yeah. And I was like, I need this watchtower. And so I spent a while looking online. I'm like, there's not a single tutorial in English on this shit.
Yeah.
There was one in Dutch or German or something.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of Lightning development in Europe, I guess.
Yeah.
But and so I like watched the German tutorial.
Yep.
Thankfully, command line is in English, even though the tutorial wasn't.
And try to do it in English.
And I figured it out in English.
Nice.
And then I made my own video about it. And so if you want to learn how to set up a watchtower for your node.
I've actually kind of wanted to learn about it, so I will watch yours.
Check it out. It's on the value stack.
And nobody knows that it's around, so you might want to just shill it.
No, I mean,
saying.
It's on 2,000 views. It's like actually my best performing video, dude.
Oh man, my bad.
You're like, yeah, still no one's watching it.
No, I don't mean nobody's watching. I just mean it hasn't like.
Yeah, I have
never seen it.
I have one about Amboss, the Lightning liquidity.
Oh shit, yeah, Amboss is good.
Yeah,
I went through them and went through. He was Magma.
Yeah, he was a guest on the show before, like when they were in the beta of Magma.
I'm gonna have to go through your old podcast and watch them.
Jessifer and I go back like a couple years in Lightning Network.
Nice.
He's he was one of my first guests on the show. Actually, the first guest on the show was Sam Callahan.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then Eric Yates was the next guy after him. He's been on Peter McCormick a few times since he's been on our show. So that's fine, Peter. You can rebook my guests.
I guess you could take my guests. That's cool.
Well, I'm doing the same thing with Marty and
man.
We all. There's only so many of us in the industry, and it's like that's why it's like important to not talk about all the same shit. So
I get it.
Here is what this. There's the.
Oh, he's even showing me this video here.
There's a whole here. Look at this playlist.
Oh my god! Everybody should be checking this out. Apparently, this is a very popular, and not everybody knows about it except me. Oh shit!
All my dude. I pay for premium YouTube. Why am I getting?
He just got a Wix ad.
I got a Wix ad.
I'm dying.
Oh, my business needs.
He pays for premium YouTube and still gets ads. That tells you. That tells you, kids.
I'm on the value stack.
Oh, that's
YouTube,
why.
not
you
my
don't
personal
have. Yeah,
one.
that makes sense.
I didn't pay for premium for that one. It doesn't justify yet. No, but yeah, it's how to. I'll send it to you on Telegram. How to set up a watchtower for a Bitcoin Lightning node. Has 2,000 views.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
And my number one, it's the second largest.
Hell yeah.
My biggest is the Umbral node with 3,400.
Hell yeah, dude.
53 likes.
Look at you. You're growing, man.
That was my first video.
That's good, though.
It still does the best. It's crazy.
That doesn't surprise me. Because everybody wants to build Lightning nodes. That's why it's important.
This isn't super searchable content. Like, how to build a Bitcoin node.
I don't know anything about YouTube and SEOs and stuff like that.
I've been learning, dude, and it's a rabbit hole. Just like there's so many rabbit holes. Like I've renamed my titles of videos a few times to see.
Yeah, because shit like that matters.
Thumbnails matter so much. The Watchtower video, like that one didn't have anything on it, and I was like I go through Ben's videos, and I'm like, what has he not done? Because it's like he does great shit, and I'm not trying to waste my time making a video
shit that he's already done. That's like really thorough.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So the next one I'm going to be doing is more like networking stuff.
Okay.
So it's going to be like how to set up a Pi hole. He hasn't done that.
No.
Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a series of. There's a lot of apps on the Umbral App Store now that he hasn't created videos for.
Tutorials on all the different apps and stuff.
How to do tail scale.
Okay.
How to set up a mesh VPN for your home network.
Yeah.
the Pi hole, ad blocking. RoboSats is a pretty cool. He's done a tutorial on that one. Oaknode is sick, dude.
I don't know what Oaknode is.
Oaknode is like an automation platform for your Lightning node that integrates with Nostr. It also integrates with automated Lightning address payment. So if you want to, like, let's say you really like this episode and I've converted you to an avid Value Stack subscriber after this.
Absolutely.
And you want to support the show by setting up a recurring payment of 5,000 sats a month.
Okay.
And that's just like what you want to do.
That's legit. Is it almost like podcasting 2.0?
It's like automated. So like Anchor will let you pay like, $5 a month and it just goes to me like in whatever.
Yeah.
You can do that, but like they take a cut.
Of course.
Whereas Oaknode, it like automates. You just put in like my LN URL, my Lightning address.
It's all you. And you get all the sats.
zbd.gg.
Yep.
And then boom, every month it says it's actually based on block height. So it says every 144 blocks is a day,
That's cool.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, when that block hits, it fires that Lightning payment
that's
to
awesome.
my
I like that.
automated subscriptions.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about doing is like setting up a subscription service with Oaknode for like people who want to support the show. Because people do that with like Fountain. They do like one-off tips and stuff. But but people forget. Yeah. Like, and also like, I think if you ask people to support, people will. Like, especially if it's very minimal that they. Like,
I would say if you ask for it and you do really good work, they'll support it. The Bitcoin community is the most surprising community that I've ever experienced. Yeah. And I can say that with the Geyser fundraiser that I did for the printer. I mean, I was
amazing how fast you raised that.
I was never expecting that. That was a lot of sats. That was 45 million sats and we got it in like 2 weeks.
How did you like? Was it purely just like generosity? People want to see you succeed, or did they get like little gifts that come with their donations?
So there's rewards, obviously, but a lot of it was just, we're going to support you because you give so much back.
But the rewards is not like relative to like, you're not getting the value. It's not like you're purchasing the rewards. And it's like,
you're getting something for the reward, like an ASIC pin. And I even put in like the description, like you are paying almost double or triple what an ASIC pin on the website is, but it's more just you're supporting
you're supporting it. And like, this is a thank you. Yep. So you don't feel like you're completely
not getting anything. I think it's important to give rewards. It's hard when you're fundraising to try to balance that.
Right, because it takes directly out of your whole point of doing it.
Yeah, but
it's just to raise money, not give away money.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like,
cool. I went to go donate. It was already done.
It was nuts.
It was done.
You can still donate.
Oh, well, fucking.
It still says contribute 105%. So
open mouth, insert foot. Now I got to. Well, I technically did donate by purchasing some of these.
I'm just giving you shit anyways.
I do want one of those pins. I've got Mark Goodman gave me a pin. Mark gave me a pin. It's called the Pin Project.
Okay.
And it is a symbol of sobriety.
Oh shit.
And I have it on my backpack.
There you go, man.
And that's his thing. Like he's a former bartender, like turned Bitcoiner,
awesome
contributor. Still is, I guess he just doesn't work in the service industry anymore. But I guess in like 2020 he tried to create some project that helped fund people who were unemployed through that time. And I don't know, listen to the episode if you want to hear him talk about it. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah, he gave me that little pin, so I got to collect pins now.
Legit. You know BTC pins? I'll shout him out.
I do know about. I don't have any though.
Oh, you should probably get some. You should definitely get a grenade pin from him.
He's got a grenade. BTC. What's the BTC?
BTCpins.com.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's got a lot of pins, man.
Yeah, I need to get it. Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Oh, BTC Racing, the Clown World sticker.
Yes, there's a lot of good ones on there.
Lit. Oh, the Burr. Yeah, the Burr one, dude. Yep. Got to get the Burr, the ASIC. That's tight. Fuck the fucking fuckers. That's a good one. That's a $15 pin.
It is.
You got to really.
The thing is,
I support the current thing. NPC pin.
You're welcome, man. Pins, you owe me one for shilling you here. Just saying.
What's that?
I said pins, you owe me one for shilling.
Oh, yeah. Here. Well, you trade me those NFC stickers for a pin.
All right.
Which one you want? I support the current thing.
Yeah, I need that pin. I don't think I have that one yet.
$1 trillion coin pin.
There's a lot of good ones there.
Orange pill. Dude, these are, I'm glad you told me that. I've never actually been on the site. I knew about BTC pins.
Yeah,
but,
no.
Oh, there's the grenade, the CryptoCloaks grenade, and antique gold.
Yeah, if you don't have one of those, then you're just kind of a loser. So you better get one of those. Yeah, don't LARP, man. You gotta have a Bitcoin grenade pin.
We're LARPing. Well, shoot, man. I don't have anything else to cover, really.
I think we crushed it.
Crushed it. What's your future plans for CryptoCloaks? Like, what's on the horizon? I know you talked about like kind of higher level, like moving to the mountains, getting a warehouse.
Yeah,
like
right now is just playing catch up.
Playing catch. That's a good problem to have.
I'm busier than I've ever been. Even in the bear market, it's crazy.
Is getting the new? Are you scaling up more machines aside from this big one that you just got?
Not yet. It's more, I just have so much shit down the pipeline that I need to stop doing new stuff. I need to catch up and do everything that I have planned first and then hit that point of catch up and then I can keep going.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for all the stuff that's going to happen with the big mining operations if that does happen.
Well, hopefully we can talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
In less vague sense.
You'll have to have me and Rob again together and we can talk about it if we can ever talk about it.
Probably not.
I mean, we probably
or Colin too, right?
And Colin.
All
get
three,
them all.
All three of you guys have been on the show at this point. So.
Yeah, and then get Deanna down here too.
Deanna, who's Deanna? His wife?
She's with Hash Hut, or distributed Hash too.
It's Colin's wife, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bring her down.
I don't know if I met. I think I might.
She's good shit.
Cool.
Have all four of us. We'll just bullshit.
Nice
about all that.
That'll be like a Drinks Champs
that'd
episode.
Be cool.
Like,
I'm down.
We'll get like some champagne or something for that, and like
I'll have a beer.
Really cut up. That's what we did. The year end episode.
Yeah.
It was with Sam and Bo, my friend Bo, who I started the show with like 2 years ago, and they're buddies. Like we're all buddies. Like, and it's like. By the end of the episode,
just a freaking
we're just like
mess.
We're literally not a mess. Like we were all fine, but like.
So you're saying for this one, I should probably get a hotel room down here.
For that one, yeah, you probably
or bring the wife with and be like, hey, you're gonna have to drive me.
Yeah, you have to drive me home.
This is gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, maybe we'll. Yeah, dude, I want to get like maybe we'll do that like because Sam and Bo, we've kind of like spoken about like doing like every year we're gonna do like the year end episode.
That's cool.
So like maybe
we should do a year end recap.
Yeah, and have it be more like a
party kind of
dick
thing.
Around kind of just like mess around kind of thing, and maybe we'll do like a July 4th like a mid-year recap.
Do it.
That one seems like
July 4th would be sweet.
You and Rob and
yes, we should do that.
Get Eric Yakes on the show because he's funny, dude.
Yeah,
Wait, did you see his episode?
I haven't yet. I'm gonna have to watch it.
He insisted with Peter. I guess he flew to London to be on this show.
Jesus.
Or maybe he was filming in the US. But anyway, he specifically requested that Peter have like a bottle of this scotch or whiskey or something. And it was a really good episode. Eric's genius. He's just so bright. This book, Seventh Property, so good. But I just kept watching his glass and I was like, dude, how many?
It's going down
throughout the show. I'm like, damn, dude, this man just gonna crush some whiskey on this episode, bro. And like, what was amazing, he was still articulate, informative. Like, so hopefully that's what it turns into. It's some educational experience.
I mean, if you plan it right, you can easily do that. Yeah. Have a couple beers and bullshit and talk about stuff.
And you can always, with the power of movie making, magic of movie making.
Cut.
Right.
They're gone now.
And it's gone. No, what? Oh,
exactly.
That's water.
Yeah, right.
Well, where can everybody find out more? I mean, we've kind of talked about it already, but like on Twitter, social media, where should we send people to find out more?
You can find us on Twitter, CryptoCloaks. We have a website, CryptoCloaks.com. If you want to get into 3D printing, you should check out 3dprintersgoburr.com.
With 3 R's.
With 3 R's. You should post a link somewhere.
I will. Okay.
Yeah. We also have a Telegram group if you want to learn and you get a printer. There's like 900 of us now.
Oh, wow.
That all are Bitcoiners, 3D printers that you can ask questions and we always help. That you can go to 3dprintingbitcoin.com and it'll take you right to the Telegram loop.
Redirect.
Yep. What else I got? God. If you're in Europe, order from our cryptocloaks.co.uk website. You'll save a shitload on shipping. That's why we did it. So, yeah. And I'll give a special shout out to all the CryptoCloaks team. They're fucking awesome.
How many of
There's 9 of us now.
There's 9 of you guys?
It's crazy. Yeah.
What like roles are those? Just briefly.
So we got Stack that's in charge of filament. We got Black Coffee that runs UK. We got Mopar that pretty much does contract printing work on all the like the mining shrouds. We got Josh that was in charge of filament distribution. We have Art SF, that is the graphic designer. We have Lamy, which is just literally
Lamy. What the fuck is a Lamy?
What the fuck is a Lamy? Yeah, he's just an advisor. He doesn't do shit anymore. I'll give him shit for that. No, he's still on there. He's OG. So, I'm probably missing somebody. Mr. Security. He is in charge of the Shutoshis that we do for the Crocs.
Dude, yeah, that was what I should have got from you, because I have 2 pairs of Crocs. He prints
all those.
Are they pins or
no? They're the same thing as a Croc or the push-ins.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We 3D print all those.
I didn't realize.
Hopefully, I didn't forget anybody. I always feel bad if I do.
We can add in the credits if not.
All right. Bruff, web designer. There we go. That's I think number 9. Bruffy. He does our web design stuff.
That it's amazing because you often use like the we pronoun.
Always me. I always use we.
It's like we, and I was like, I'm not sure if this dude is talking about himself in third person or what.
So I just use we because it's a company account.
Right. Well, that's what I thought, but I didn't know. I know. But
it's usually me. It's me.
Many of you.
I run the CryptoCloaks account.
Right.
So when I say we, I just generally mean the company.
But like, you're not insane because there's a whole team of you really behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it's you on the social media front end, but like, it's not just you.
Yeah.
On the whole operation.
It's hard to give that up. I just love talking and bullshitting with plebs all the time on Twitter. So it's gonna be hard to ever get like a marketing person to run that. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
That's just not my style. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, especially with Bitcoin, it's like you got to be really careful of how you delegate out the marketing aspect of Bitcoin, because you could like really hit or miss on it's a fine line, and you got to know the community and like the language and all, and
for sure.
The rep.
That's why I'll probably just do it because I just love bullshitting. So I'll never give it up.
Well, that's what this was. 2 hours of bullshit.
Yes. So
thank you for listening to Value Stack with CryptoCloaks Rick.
Hello. I was just kidding.
And goodbye.
Thanks for having me on, man. This was fun as shit. This was cool.
Thanks. Cool, man. I'm glad you came by, and it was a little rough start with the car, but
it's all good. Whatever. I'll get it fixed.
I'm gonna get you back on, and you can't 3D print that.
No, I can't. I mean, I could 3D print a new bumper, but it's not going to be that good.
You're going to need that warehouse first.
I'm going to need somebody to fix it for me. Yeah.
Good shit, man. Well, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.